don't have the thing, but it's fine.
The little thing that needs to go up.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
And go, Billy.
We are coming to you live from Wilkerson Sanders Stadium in beautiful Rockwall, Texas, just north of Interstate 30, where we got a great District 10 6A matchup for you. It's your Rockwall Yellowjackets versus those Tyler Legacy Red Raiders. Hello, everybody. I'm Billy Quinton, joined by David Sweet. We got Jamo Starrett on the board. I'm kind of worried about him a little bit, but things seem to be going okay right now.
Said all the things are working.
Yeah,
so
he said, I got to get the thing up, and I don't know what that meant, but I think we're working right now.
We are working.
We are up? Okay.
We are working.
And then we got Trevor Webb on the camera. Here's the deal. I have not seen Chris Curtis, our boss, at all.
Not at all.
Since we've shown up.
All
This
I
whole
know
Thursday thing is thrown us.
Yeah, it's either thrown us or it's really, really good. Either way, we'll
Right.
see how it goes. You know what I mean? All I know is we get a text that says everything's set up. That's always a good text to get.
right.
Again, we think. We'll see how this thing plays out. But so
don't
far,
know.
so good. We're pretty happy.
Right. Okay, let's set the table here a little bit. This is the Alliance Bank pregame show. That's very important to mention. We want to thank all our friends over at Alliance Bank, especially Mr. Corky Randolph, who's president, and I'm sure watching right now. But your Jackets come into this ball game after a very, very difficult loss last week to Forney, and David, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. We do not have a coach's interview or a teacher of the week this week because the Thursday move, I was busy on our normal interview day. Things just kind of went haywire.
Lots of stuff goes on in a short week.
It does.
Especially
it does.
a late shifted,
yeah.
forced short week.
You know, I like to say we called an audible.
That's
is
it.
what we did. And so here we are on Thursday. But Rockwall comes into this one 1-2 after getting that initial victory in 10-6A over Royce City. They've now lost 2 in district to Longview, and then a very tough win to Forney last week, 48-47. They're still in the top 25 in the area. They're ranked number 15, but no longer hold a spot in the top 25 in the state after those 2 losses. They come in facing a Tyler Legacy team that the season has not gone the way they had planned. They're 0-4 in district, 2-6 overall. And they're looking to now be the spoiler, and we do not want to have it happen here, do we, David?
Not at all, my good friend.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And so we got a really good matchup here, and we're so happy that you can join us here on a Thursday night. Quick audible, as I mentioned before, that we kind of had to throw everything together really fast. I can tell people here, the coaches for Legacy, I think they're just now arriving. I'm not really sure what's happening.
It's a little easier to make an adjustment in this matchup being the home team,
Right,
than it is to be the guy that agrees to, I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and do it.
Well, or
We'll go ahead and go play that thing on a Thursday night.
Well, think about it, too. As far as you got your main things that happen on a football broadcast. Of course, you have your teams and coaches.
Yes, sir.
You got your stadium crews, and you got your broadcasters, okay? I think the people that have to adjust the least are the broadcasters.
Absolutely. I think our schedules were just a matter of, okay.
Yeah. Oh, I got to do the prep sheets one day earlier.
We'll just
okay,
get
fine.
it turned in and printed off and ready to go. And
I talked to Kay coming in, and I said, hey, did you still get the food ready? Because it's a day early. She goes, yeah, it was a lot of juggling, but we got the food in, which is delicious.
Yeah.
Saltgrass burgers.
Burgers, man.
Yeah, I love that. So Kay came through, as usual. But then you look at the coaches and these staffs where, especially Legacy, you got all of a sudden a day early, hey, we got to get everybody to Rockwall.
I got to get buses, got to get uniforms, got to get all of that good stuff ready to roll.
Yep. And then you think about just even classes and stuff like that. All the students have to adjust to other classes. You know, you're now going to miss a lot on Thursday that you thought you were going to miss on Friday and all that stuff. So shout out to everybody that's had to adjust. And I'm sure a lot of the folks that were planning on coming Friday cannot make it tonight. It's a work night. So hopefully you're joining us here, and we'll bring you the ball game without any technical difficulties. And right there, I just jinxed it.
Well, you sure did. You just put all the pressure, and all that pressure just is over here in the far right chair.
Right.
JMO, you got a lot of pressure on you, buddy. You and Trevor.
Yeah.
No technical difficulties, all right?
Right, yeah.
You got it? You got us?
All we
Thumbs
want
up
from y'all,
from Webb.
it's easy. All we want from y'all is to be perfect. That's all we want.
Hey.
It's not unrealistic expectations, guys.
Oh, I remember texting Chris this week. I said, hey, they're already moving some games to Thursday.
Right,
and he was like, well, I think it's really early. And then he texted back an hour later, hey, Thursday.
Thursday it is. Here we go.
Well, here's the deal, too, which kind of surprised me with the Heath Longview game. But the reason this one, and we have this in baseball, too, when it's a East Texas team, you can't just all of a sudden, like, Legacy didn't want to come here on Friday, and then this thing is delayed, and you can't get the game in, and now they got to go back home and then come back on a Saturday.
Play at 11 a.m. or a 1 p.m. game. No.
So they got to make that decision way ahead of time, and that's why I think this decision was made. I was frankly surprised that Longview and Heath kept theirs, but it looks like the forecast now, it may not be as bad tomorrow as what everybody was worrying about, which is really surprising because normally the weather guys are accurate. They're right on.
I was so shocked.
Yeah, it's very weird.
You know?
But anyway, we're happy to have you all here, and the reason we're just kind of talking away is we don't have a coach's interview or a teacher of the week, so we got 30 minutes to kill. Now we actually have 20 minutes to kill.
That's a good thing. So we've done a good job of.
We have.
Between going on late and ad-libbing, we've eaten up 10 minutes of it.
Hear this out, too. So I was talking to Lisa and Chris up in the suite. That's where Chris is. He's up there in the third floor.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't go any further up than us.
And he was saying, they were talking about, Tyler Legacy's band is in the area round. Well, that's in Mesquite. So their band won't be here tonight because that would be them having to come down back
and come back and then go back in again.
And so it's a. I mean,
hey, that's another reminder. You bring up you kind of touched on that just a little bit into that. The other programs, the other kiddos that are involved with it's cheerleaders and drill teams and bands, anything of that nature, especially, as you said a moment ago, Billy, when it's a 2-hour trip away.
Right.
And one of these
you can't adjust that if you're
it's a challenge if it's either two any teams that are making adjustment, which we've seen, looking at the schedule, and you can see all the different teams that have moved, all these important games.
But it looks like the drill team has made it for Legacy.
Yeah.
And so, because their backpacks are over there.
They're right here.
The seats, and
they're coming into the stadium.
So are they going to hum and then dance
I guess
to a hum? They're just going to hum the If You Could See Me Now? Because that has to be the song that's played.
If You Could See Me Now.
That's
see me now.
Every drill team
So I'm
plays
sure
it.
they can just ask Rockwall to play it.
Yeah, just have
every drill team play it. Just go ahead and play it.
Exactly. Exactly. So we got it solved right there. But you're right. But we're so happy to have you here. And now we'll kind of switch our focus a little bit towards the ball game tonight. David, let's start off with these Red Raiders. It's been a very difficult season for them. They come out of the gates with a loss, to Texas High, but it's a high-scoring one.
Yes,
and
sir.
then they beat Tyler, where they were rival, and they beat them handily.
Mm-hmm.
So you think, okay, they're kind of getting on track. They hung in there with Marshall, but lost it. Beat Crowley. Sorry, JMO. And then they go into a 4-game losing streak to start district. So give us a little bit of insight on those. Start with this offense and what they've been doing.
Absolutely. Real quick, I'll mention, too, hey, it kind of is what it is. You got two teams here. You got Rockwall that's by definition, and we can talk about that in those numbers here in a minute, Billy, but it's not by definition must win.
No.
But it's as
close as you can get.
as close to a must win as it can be.
And we're going to go into that. We got some district standings we'll post.
And then you've got a team here, though. So you've got Rockwall with that, with that pressure that it is what it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Right?
And then you got another team out here that just wants a good taste in their mouth, just desperate. Because quite honestly, you mentioned the fact of an 0-4 slide to start off district plate. They haven't been competitive either.
That's right.
What I mean?
That's right.
They really, really haven't. They haven't been in any of these games. So it's definitely a football team that's looking, my goodness, it's one of those ones that, what would a win do? Mentioned in that spoiler role. Hey, listen, a win's a win anytime, especially for a bunch of young men that have been playing hard throughout the season. It hasn't been that, or it hasn't been a lack of effort. It just hasn't worked, hasn't clicked yet.
And they have a young team too.
That's right.
And so this will help into the next season. There's a number of sophomores that are starting on this team, and you'll talk about that here right now.
Yes, sir. As far as this year is concerned, averaging 159 yards per game through the air. They're averaging 191 yards per game on the ground. They've thrown 15 touchdowns. They have had 7 interceptions as a team. They've also, under that rushing attack, they've been able to score 16 touchdowns on the ground. Mm-hmm. So they're averaging 350 yards per game. Again, 31 touchdowns, averaging right at 30 points per ball games. Turnovers have been them here and there. They've had 10 total, 3 fumbles, and 7 interceptions. I'll highlight a couple of guys to look out for. One of those sophomores, the starting quarterback. He's a 6-foot sophomore, number 16, Kason Gray. He's completed about 56% of his passes, thrown for almost 1,200 yards on the year, 14 touchdowns, and 6 of those interceptions. When he puts it up, let's look out for 2 guys. DeJuan Owens is a 5'10", 170-pound senior, wears number 14. He's got 29 catches for 408 yards. He's got 5 touchdowns. Then the other one to look out for, 30 receptions, 534 yards, 6 touchdowns. It's the 6', 173-pound senior TK Brown. So those 2 guys will have caught the vast majority of the receptions and touchdowns as well through the air. Bam White is the running back. He's also a sophomore, 104 carries for 600 yards, averaging right at 6 yards per carry, has scored 7 touchdowns. He's a sophomore, wears number 26. So, again, that's kind of just a real quick snapshot of what to look out for from their offense. Yes,
and
sir.
I do want to touch on their line. Let's go from left to right, from their left tackle to their right tackle. It's 300 pounds,
That's
330,
310.
Massive. 300, and then the pipsqueak over on the right tackle is 6'4", 287
I was going
pounds.
to say 6'4".
Yeah. But you got Demarion Brown-Johnson, who's already committed to Texas A&M. That's impressive. And he's known as Big Juice, David, so I think we need to go with that as much as possible. I enjoy that.
He's going to be a factor up there.
Yeah.
When you talk about that success of the running game, it's that left tackle. I bet we'll see a lot of that following that big guy.
And then real quick about their quarterback. Last year we saw Zach Davis, and we thought we'd see him again this year. Did not know until we got here that he had been injured. And so that's why they have the sophomore, Cason Gray, starting, who's done a great job. But Zach is available to play. He just hadn't had a chance to come back in. He blew out his knee. And so that's the reason. And you feel bad for him. He's a senior, and he's not getting – so obviously this team has started without their field general to start the season. So that's a tough one.
And as far as us, we'll switch over and talk about the defense and that 3-3 defense. For the season, they're giving up 228 yards per game through the air. They've allowed 19 touchdowns, have only – had 2 interceptions. They're also allowing 274 yards per game. They've allowed 31 touchdowns, too. So they're giving up about 503 yards per game, giving up 50 touchdowns total, giving up 48 points per ball game. As I mentioned, only 2 takeaways. They've not had any fumble recoveries. They have had those 2 interceptions, and then they've been into the backfield and come out of there with 9 sacks. So it's definitely been a tough season on that side of the football. Teams have been able to have had quite a bit of success through the air and on the ground. So talk about hungry. This will be a group here. This defense would love to have a great performance on the road here against Rockwall.
Yeah.
A couple of guys to look out for. We'll highlight young man up front, Luke Allen, one of the defensive end. He's a junior, number 44. He's got 28 tackles, 5 of those for loss and 1 sack. In the secondary, we're going to in the secondary. Jaden Walton's the 5'11", 155-pound senior corner, played free safety last year. He's got a few schools looking at him. He'll wear number 1, and then one of the linebackers we'll touch on too right now. I'll highlight 2 guys as a matter of fact. Jacob Harris is that 5'10", 210-pound senior, the middle linebacker, number 20. 108 tackles for him, 2 of those tackles for loss, and then Ethan Brown, the strong safety, 80 tackles, 33 tackles for loss, a sack, and an interception. Yeah, for the strong safety, number 3.
Ethan's very impressive. I watched some film this week, and he's an impressive kid. Already committed to Incarnate Word.
Yes, sir.
So, they got a couple guys there that are going to be playing on Saturdays. If you wonder about the series, Rockwall is dominated. They lead this series 14-1. The only time that Tyler Lee back then defeated Rockwall was in 2004. And what did Tyler Lee do that year,
Yeah,
David?
that's a state championship year,
That's
buddy.
right.
And they left the Jackets with a mark that year. That was a 41-7 win out there in Tyler for Rockwall. Yeah, but it was one of those good years for the Red Raiders as they picked up a state championship.
Exactly. And then after that, Rockwall reeled off 14 straight wins, looking for their 15th straight here tonight. Last year, Rockwall defeated Legacy 63-27. That was in Tyler. And so it's fun. I enjoy going back and looking at these, especially on defense. When you go back and you see, they still threw for 400 Rockwall, they still threw for 407 yards in the air last year. That was Zach Gray, at the helm there. So this is a team that had 665 yards total offense. So, it
scored 27 points.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, David, let's take a quick timeout, and we'll hear from Alliance Bank. And then when we come back, we will talk about your Rockwall Yellowjackets in depth and kind of what they need to do here to get to that second season.
Investing in you and our community is what sets Alliance Bank apart. We are community banking. That's why you can find us at nearly every event volunteering, sponsoring, and donating. Alliance Bank has been serving Rockwall County for over 16 years, and with your help, we have grown into the go-to bank for our community. Time to start a new business, time to expand your business, ready for a new home or a like new home, we will be there because that's who we are. Alliance Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Investing in you and our community is what sets Alliance Bank apart.
Hi, I'm Taryn Oswald, Director of Client Assistance and Food Pantry here at Helping Hands. We are so excited to have Rockwall Ford, Rockwall Dodge, Rockwall ISD, and the entire community join together once again to support our neighbors in need. Last year, the food pantry distributed over 560,000 pounds of food. Currently, we are distributing over 15,000 pounds of food each week. This is why we strongly rely on the Shop the Rock I-30 Classic Food Drive to pack our pantry. For more information on our current needs, please visit our Rockwall Helping Hands Facebook page or our website at rockwallhelpinghands.com.
You know that Rest Haven has been a part of this community for over 50 years. Dwayne and Ann Kane founded this business in order to take care of the families in the community. I've taken on that and I want to keep doing it for each and every one of you. I grew up here in Rockwall and it's important to me that this community continues to operate the way it always has. That is neighbor taking care of neighbor. When I lost my dad, Rest Haven took care of my family. And it is my intention to take care of as many families as I can in the future.
Welcome back to Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. Pregame Alliance Bank sponsorship. We love having them as one of our main sponsors at about 9 minutes left till kickoff. And so now we just covered those Tyler Legacy Red Raiders. David, let's talk about our Yellow Jackets who come into this one 1-2 in district, 3-4 overall. A must-win. We said it earlier. It's quotes must win, but if you're going to go to the second season, you do need to take care of business tonight. And
Absolutely.
You absolutely need to at least win one of the next two on the schedule, which is North Forney or Heath. But let's talk a little bit about this Rockwall offense, which was outstanding last week, and we're going to talk about that loss to Forney in a little bit more detail after you go through this. But let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. We'll do it right quick. As far as the season is concerned, on the offensive side of the football, the Yellow Jackets are averaging 226 yards per game. Through the air. They've scored 10 touchdowns as a result of their passing game with 7 interceptions. They've averaged right at 177 yards per game on the ground, 5 yards per carry average, had 20 touchdowns on the ground for a total of 403 yards per game of total offense, averaging right at 32.5 points per ball game. We have had 11 turnovers on the offensive side, 4 fumbles and 7 interception. Individually, Brent Record, 5'11", 185-pound senior, wearing number 2, has completed 58% of his passes for a little bit less than 1,600 yards, has thrown for the 10 touchdowns and the 7 interceptions. When he goes to the areas, again, as we've talked about throughout the season, they're comfortable with all 6 of the receivers as well as both of those 2 halfbacks, mainly Jet Lamb, as we see a lot of Jackson Stoner on defense. But he's got a ton of weapons, ton of options to go to, and he's taken full advantage of those. Jaden Petrino's the leading receiver so far on the year with 25 catches for 257 yards. He's also got Jack Butcher. He's a 6'3", 191-pound senior, wears number 11. Jack Duckworth, a 6', 170-pound senior, 20 run receptions for him for 250 yards and a touchdown. We'll also see Luke Leach, a 6', 160-pound senior, 12 receptions for 205 yards on the year. A couple of others, again, as I mentioned, 3 others to highlight also. Kendall Johnson, we'll see him. He's a 6', 170-pound junior. 4 catches for 25 yards and a touchdown. Wears number 12. 19 receptions for 327 yards for Braden Puffer on the year, number 10. And then Ryan Wiley, the outstanding sophomore, 6', 166-pound sophomore, 14 catches for 199 yards, and he scored 14 touchdowns. I mentioned Jet Lamb. He's a 6'4", 230-pound senior, was the player of the week this past week. 10 catches for him for 151 yards, and he scored a touchdown. He'll wear number 40. Just takes that offense to another level. Billy, we saw him with 4 really, really good catches last week and a touchdown scored against Forney. He was a big factor in that one. When they run the football, just as I mentioned, the comfort level of throwing to all 6 of these receivers, you can say the same thing in terms of both aspects of that. They're comfortable handing the football off to all three of these young men, and they're also very comfortable getting them involved in the passing game. All 3 of the backs that we'll see that night. A.J. Hatcher is the 5'9", 175-pound senior. He's got 313 yards, averaging right at 6 yards per carry. He scored 3 touchdowns on the year. He's also had 5 catches for 45 yards and an additional touchdown throwing the ball to him. He'll wear number 8. We'll see Caden Castro. Caden's the leader in terms of yardage, has 525 yards on the season, averaging 5 yards per carry. He scored 9 touchdowns. He's also had 10 catches for 54 yards on the year and scored a touchdown. We'll also see Jacoby Hankins, a 5'11", 200-pound senior. 228 yards for Jacoby so far on the year, averaging 5.2 yards every time he touches it. He's had a touchdown on the ground. He's also had 10 catches for 118 yards, and he's also scored one of the touchdowns. So, again, highlighting that point there, 3, 12, 13 on the ground for all three of those guys. They've also scored 3 touchdowns through the air as a total. All that success, it's been because of that offensive line up front, Billy. That's a great job they've done. The 6'2", 270-pound senior Gunnar Talley, glad to see him back. He was in concussion protocol, got to come back last week. Shout out to Seth Williams, how good of a job that he did, the young sophomore, while Gunnar was out. But this is Gunnar's second chance or second opportunity back. Monty Angelo is the left guard, 6'2", 265-pound senior. Billy just drank my coffee. You want to pull back the curtain
I did.
right quick?
What did you put in that? Because I feel woozy.
Well, I didn't mean to put it in my own. I meant to put it in yours. Kamoni Angelo is the left guard, 6'2", 266-pound junior, wears number 61. Maddox Mummy, what a great job he's done, man. The 6', 287-pound junior center. We'll also see Henry Rice, number 55, a 6'1", 255-pound senior right guard. And then Michael Carina is a 6'5", 266-pound junior. The right tackle. What a great job the offensive line has done all year long, man. They've just done amazing.
Now let's jump over to that defense, and they've had a pretty good season so far.
Yes, they have. A 3-3 stack is what Rockwall runs. And they have mentioned, as you mentioned, Billy, they have a great year so far. They're allowing 151 yards per game through the air and 204 yards per game on the ground, allowing a total of 356 yards per game, giving up 31 points per ball game. As far as takeaways are concerned, they forced 11, 5 of those being fumbles and 6 interceptions, 6 sacks for the Jackets. We'll start up front. Again, as I mentioned, the 3-3 stack. You'll see Jackson Stoner. He's the 6'4", 250-pound. You'll see him move that cup of coffee.
I did.
Right?
I had to move it over
there.
Yeah,
it was just too much.
Hey,
2 cups of coffee.
Don't worry about these sores on my mouth. That's nothing.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, okay. Jackson Stoner, he's a 6'4", 250-pound senior who wears number 33. He's got 17 tackles. 13 of those have been solo, 2 tackles for loss, a sack, and a block so far. And Jackson, when he's done here, we'll see him at UTEP.
Yes.
And then next to him, the nose guard. Man, what a great year this young man's had. Wade Day, the 6'3", 230-pound junior, number 42. He's had 30 tackles, 20 of those solo, 3 tackles for loss, and a sack. And then Braxton Chaplin, the player of the week last week. And I tell you what, the last 2 to 3 weeks, Billy, he's really taken his game to another level.
Yes, he has.
Braxton has been a major, major factor up front for the Jackets.
Has not played like a preacher.
Yeah, not at all. Exactly. 5'10", 190-pound senior, 28 tackles for him, 15 of those solo, 4 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks for Braxton Chaplin. As far as the corners are concerned, you got 2 very good ones. Both AJs.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, number 4, 5'11", 170-pound senior. He was also 175-pound senior, player of the week last week. 37 tackles for him, 24 solo tackles, 2 tackles for loss, broken up 6 passes. He's had an interception and he's had a fumble recovery, so he's been a factor in all aspects. And he's been asked to cover some outstanding receivers throughout the year, as well as A.J. Nails has, the 6'2", 280-pound senior, number 14, with 27 tackles, 21 of those solo, and has broken up 8 passes. And you got a whole bunch of schools that are they're both interested in both these 2 guys, and we know why. And we've heard that throughout the season, that the success these 2 guys have had operating out there on the island and being able to shut down and cover basically anybody they've been asked to has allowed that creativity, that allowed the defense, to under Coach France to be able to do many, many different things, get creative. As far as the linebackers are concerned, 3 very good ones. Your Christian Washington, a 5'8", 180-pound senior. He's got 24 tackles, a tackle for a loss. Wears number 0, one of the outside linebackers. Next to him, the middle linebacker, Anderson Stevens, a 6', 185-pound senior, 28 tackles, 2 tackles for loss for him, wears number 29. And then another one that's been all over the field all year long, Christian Lawyer, has just done an amazing job at a 6', 195-pound junior. 32 tackles for him, 7 tackles for loss. He's had 3 fumble recoveries as well. So it's just been great. And I'll highlight the other 3 young men here in just a moment, as we want to make sure we're recognizing and bragging about all these kids, as we're going to have the national anthem, Billy. Mm-hmm.
Straight to break, and then we'll come back with our
they've said. Okay. So we'll keep it here. You keep it here. Let me brag about these other 3 guys real quick. Pick up where we left off there in terms of wrapping up the defensive side of the football. Also, Will Ashworth, the free safety, also known as Crashworth. 6 foot, 180-pound senior, 68 tackles for him, 3 tackles for loss. He's broken up 5 passes and had 1 interception. We'll see Will. He'll wear number 7. And then both the 2 safeties tonight, too. Zayden Edwards, 5'11", 160-pound senior, 21 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. He's broken up 7 passes and had 2 interceptions. We'll see Zayden. He'll wear number 6. And then number 15 is Jerry Castro, 5'10", 180-pound senior, 44 tackles for Jerry on the year, 7 tackles for loss. He's also broken up 2 passes, had 2 sacks, and then also had an interception. So playmakers all over the defensive side of the football for the Jackets, Billy. And they've been able to make their presence known.
You bet. The Yellow Jackets led by head coach Trey Brooks in his 6th season. 49-19 overall, 6-5 in the playoffs. And we're excited about getting this one going. It was Legacy that won the toss. They chose to receive. Rockwall will be going from our right to left on your iPad, your big screen, your computer, your phone, your Etch-a-Sketch. What else you got that we can put this
Whatever
on?
device that you're trying to.
I've heard they got us on the Vegas Dome tonight.
Oh, there you go.
See,
I don't doubt it.
Spotlight
I
tonight.
do not doubt it. So
Out there at the
Rockwall,
Sphere, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Oh, look
the
at that.
Sphere.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Sphere.
yeah, J-Mo went with the Vegas Dome.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's that. There we go.
Yeah, that was so Crowley.
Crandall.
Oh, Crandall.
Crandall.
Oh, man.
I was wondering where you were going a moment ago. You said you apologized to him for a loss to
it's
Crowley or
Crandall,
something.
not
What is he
Crowley.
talking about?
Dang it, I'm sorry. I meant to insult you in a different way, J-Mo. Dang it, I'm already off to a bad start. Kick goes in the end zone, so Legacy will start from their own 25-yard line. As David mentioned before, they'll be led by quarterback Kason Gray, 6-foot sophomore that kind of was thrown into action and has had a really good season. 14 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, 56 passing percentage with 1138 in the air. That's 1,138 yards. And starting it back will be Bam White, one of our favorite names so far this year. You can't go wrong with a running back named Bam. And he's going to get the first carry, and he's got some room. He'll take on a defender and fall forward past the 30 to the 31-yard line. And a 6-yard gain will get this one started here from Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. Got a great night tonight as we moved it up a notch. It's 72 degrees right now. And that's some great football weather. The wind kind of blowing from our right to left, so it's going into the face of Legacy right now as that's going to be Bam on the run. He's going to be...
That was actually Jackson.
Was that Jackson?
Yes, sir.
See, I thought it was
Number
25.
It's 25 out there.
It is.
Jackson.
All right, see, I'm going to have a problem with that all night. Now, he's got the little head cover, though.
Yes, and the long, you can see the
long undershirt?
Yeah, the long undershirt there
All
that
right.
you can tell in the
So
back.
there you go. Because let me just tell you this, folks. Rockwall in their gray jerseys, that's our nemesis
And
right
things
now.
like what I just mentioned, by the way, that's how we have to figure these.
That's
a
how we
lot of
figure
this
it
out.
out.
It's week by week.
And we can't
colors
see
of
the Rockwall.
shoes, colors of socks. Had the receiver with the pink sleeves last week. Remember?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Jackson again on the carry, and he's going to get past the 40 to the 42-yard line. They moved the chains on his last carry, and now they're set up with a 2nd down and 3. Moving on the ground, they will run it a good amount of time. As David mentioned before, Bam White has just under 600 yards on the year, and Jackson has 517. They're almost split 50-50 with the carries. White with 104 and Jackson with 91, but Jackson's already got a couple here tonight ahead of Bam White. And now it's going to be another run from Jackson, and he's going to have the first down. Only needed 3, and he's going to get 3. Let's give him 4 as he gets past the 45 to the 46-yard line. So Legacy moving the ball on their first drive here against the Yellowjackets. We'll talk a little bit as we go out through the game about Rockwall's playoff chances, what we need to look for. Obviously, a win here is very much needed for the Yellow Jackets. And then they got some serious opponents coming up in the next 2 weeks afterwards. And it's going to be another run for Jackson. This time, Rockwall's defense will stack him up, and he's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. A host of guys involved in that stop. And wait till they get up off the pile. We'll be able to see who they were. But Christian Washington leading the way there for the Jackets. A little bit of help coming in there as well from Zayden Edwards.
Now, Rodney Brumley, the senior, will come in for Jackson. I think Jackson lost his helmet, so he's going to come out, and Brumley will come in at running back. To the near side is DeJayon Owens. That's the near side receiver. It's just two receivers, and they're split. And the other is T.K. Brown on the far side. And there's another one. This time Brumley's going to have a hole and a big gain. He's into Rockwall territory to the 48-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Legacy Red Raiders.
Yeah, good push. That was Eric Miller again, the center, and as well as Tunez, the right guard. Good post and her good pick, blew him right off the line, right off the front. It was Jerry Castro eventually able to play a little bit of catch-up and hold him short of the first down to force him here to a 3rd and 4 for the Legacy offense.
Jackson back in. He'll be to the left of Gray, and it'll be another run. It's been all running for here for Legacy, and he's going to be short. Rockwall's defense will stiffen up and only hold him to a yard gain, so it's probably 4-down territory here for Legacy. Again, you're playing a team that has nothing to lose. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're 2-6 and 0-4 in district, so this is going to be one of those kitchen sink games. They're going to throw everything at you. They want to get into the win column in district and kind of build on a few things as they go towards next year, because they got a lot of young guys. Trips to the near or to the far side now. Probably maybe our first pass that we'll see from Legacy. Rockwall shows blitz in that 3-3 stack. Then they back out of it. So it's just 3 now 4 coming in. They're going to hand it off, and Jackson's going to have the first down. Good call there from the offensive coordinator, Brad Willard, for Legacy, and there's another first down as they're running clock too. We're at 8:22 left in the first quarter. Rockwall's yet to see the ball.
Christian Washington and Christian Lawyer both combining on that tackle, and again,
so that was both Christians.
Both of them
coming
just combining together
in a holy tackle.
Yep.
Okay.
Didn't have the chaplain involved in that.
No,
one,
got to get the chaplain involved.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be another run from Jackson. We have not seen Bam White since the first carry, and Jackson's going to get a couple. As they keep running that clock and keep running it right into the teeth of that Rockwall defense.
Again, trying to set the tone early. Obviously, watching a little bit of film. Of course, a little big a difference in terms of playing Osborne.
Oh, my goodness.
Last week. We saw what an outstanding job he did.
We'll talk about that a little later, too. That was one of the toughest losses to deal with. It was last week, and putting Rockwall in a tough position. Here's a run to the far left, and that's Jackson again. Tries to get the corner. He does, and he's going to get inside the 40 to the 37, and now another 3rd down for Legacy. And again, they're just going to keep hammering this thing, and we're going to go under 7 minutes left in the first quarter. It's a weeknight, and maybe that's what Legacy's thinking. It's like, hey, we all got to go to work tomorrow. Let's get this thing done.
Just run the clock off as much as we possibly can. Of course, that script going left there, it was following Brown Johnson, as you mentioned, Big Juice. And my goodness, he's every bit of that 6'6", 300 pounds.
And there's, I think it's
nice job.
Yeah, Burnley there on the carry for Legacy.
Yeah, it was Burnley in on that one.
And now Jackson back in. So another 4th down here for Legacy. This is their second 4th down attempt. They converted on a 4th and 3 earlier in the drive. See if they can do it again. David, you mentioned, we talked about it's been a good year for the Rockwall defense. The numbers don't show it as much as you talked about it, but they have come through in big situations to keep a lot of high-powered teams out of the end zone.
Lots of guys you're going to see on Saturday, my friend. That's been,
yes.
Play teams that are just loaded with kiddos that are going to play on the next level.
And here's the first pass and a heavy rush, and he's hit. Ball is loose. Rockwall's on it, and there's your first turnover of the ball game. Rockwall's going to get it with a sack and a fumble recovery.
Yep, Christian Lawyer, 4th fumble recovery of the year, and a big shout out to Christian. It was Christian in on the blitz, knocked the ball loose, ball down onto the turf. 3 Jackets were involved in that one, trying to recover it, and Christian to the bottom of the pile, and as I mentioned, for his 4th fumble recovery of the year.
Let's show that defense starting lineup real quick, J-Mo, and we can kind of give them, the offense. I'm sorry, let's show the offense real quick and let everybody know who's coming out there. It's Talley, Angelou, Mummy, Rice, and Carrera, Carina on the line. You got Leach, Duckworth, and Petrino, your receivers. Lamb's your H-back. Rickert is your quarterback, and Hatcher is your starting running back. Rockwall will snap it in Legacy territory. And here's a wide receiver screen far side. That's Duckworth. He'll slip a tackle, and he'll finally be slung down, but he's going to get some positive yards all the way inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. Let's give him 7 on that reception. Duckworth only had 2 receptions last game against Forney. Already got 1 here tonight on the first pass of the ball game. And now you got Hatcher looking for room right up the gut. He's going to be just short of the first down. So Rockwall's looking at a 3rd and 1 right now. And they're going to send Hatcher out as a receiver and have an empty backfield with Rickard. Hatcher will be the slot on the right in the 4-receiver set. He's going to go in motion. They're going to fake it to him on the jet sweep. Slant route, that's easy. That's Puffer.
Beautiful.
He's got the grab, and he's got the first down from the slot. He does that little delayed slant. He gets it to the 31-yard line, and Rockwall moves the chains.
Yep, 20th reception of the year there for Braden. What a great season he's had, and we talked about a couple of the other guys just specific over the last 3 weeks. Look here.
Got a man open. It's Duckworth. Does he have it? End zone, touchdown Rockwall. That's Jack Duckworth with the reception and his 2nd touchdown in the air on the season.
What a neat play call, man. I'll tell you what, Duckworth over there lined up. Ball a little bit underthrown. Took a couple of seconds for it to get there.
Yeah.
But Duckworth with outstanding separation behind the young man that was trying to cover him there on the outside. And a quick strike, much needed. Great job there by the Yellow Jackets. Great start.
Swinging gate here for Rockwall. They are going to sling it over, and that's Hankins, and he's going to go in, and that's a 2-point conversion. And so Hankins will take it on the left side, and Rockwall's going to open up with an 8-0 lead. Outstanding job by the Rockwall Yellowjackets on their first drive of the game, coming off the turnover on the sack, and that sack for Rockwall was Lawyer, but I was going to go to his 7th sack of the season.
Yeah,
7th sack of the season, and that gives Rockwall the opportunity there on their 6th fumble recovery of the year. Okay, we're going to stay here because it's a tradition.
Yes, sir. I know where you're going.
Bring
Absolutely.
up costume ideas for everybody.
And, I think sometimes I'm supposed to mention another thing. I think a lot of people, mention whether or not you just make this up. No, these are through conversations with retailers throughout the area. You know what I mean? These are available in stores.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go with Dale's. Let's go with the Dale one if you can.
This is an older one.
Yeah, this is older. It's one we've done before. So go ahead and show that one. This is the Dale Downham costume you can go with. You can go as Dale's cigarette. Yeah, go as Dale's cigarette. You get the hat up there. And I don't think a lighter is included. The lighter is not included.
They're sold separately.
Yeah, they are sold separately.
Usually a lot of those folks, they display a little thing of lighters next to it. It's
Right.
But it's been a very successful, from what I understand, one of the top selling
Oh, yeah, that's why I put it again.
costumes.
We've shown this before.
Yeah.
We've shown it before,
Yes,
but
we
it's a
have.
top seller. That's why I wanted to show it again.
It's been one that's been available for a couple of years now.
Right.
But this one has been lots of success in major some of the retailers throughout Rockwall. So
Well, and if
it's a
you're
very popular outfit.
we got a week, or actually just over a week, 8 days till Halloween.
And I know that there's people that are out there shopping, been looking for these things,
Exactly.
asking for it, Billy. And we want to make sure that we answer the call, let them know what's available to get out there, what your options are. We've got several.
Yeah, we got some more coming. Don't worry. We got some new ones. We'll show some old ones. The best sellers. It's an onside kick from Rockwall, and it's going to be loose. Let's see if Jackets can get it. It looks like they do.
Sure did.
They got it. And again, Rockwall surprising the opponent with
You know who
the
that is?
onside kick, and I think that's Puffer
That
on the
is
recovery.
Puffer, buddy. Number 10, Braden Puffer out there. Getting one of those things, the all-hands team, if you will.
Yep.
One of the sure hands. What a great kick there. Bounced off of one of the up men there for Legacy. And Puffer there to get on top of it. And back-to-back, we saw Rockwall do that against Forney. A couple of 2 times last
Yeah.
2 successful
Back-to-back.
onside kicks. Back-to-back.
So, and then almost had a third. And actually, this is something we'll talk about in that Forney game. They did a pooch at the end of the game when we all were thinking they're going to kick it deep when Rockwall took the lead. There's a reason they didn't go deep. We were wondering. We'll get into that in a minute. But let's see what Rockwall does here now with, I think it's Castro in the game now at running back. Puffer in motion, looking to throw his Rickard. He's got time. He's going to do the out route. That's Puffer. He's got the grab at the 30 out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
That one was Leach.
Oh, Leach,
Yes,
excuse
sir,
me. I
Luke
saw the
Leach.
9. I'm
Yes, sir.
sorry. Yeah, it's Leach there. Again, the gray jerseys, folks. Bear with us. So Leach with his first grab of the ball game.
Big one, too.
Yep.
Nice first down.
13th of the season.
Brand new first down.
Oh, it smells great. Here's the wide receiver screen to the near side, and that's going to be Johnson. No, that's Leach again. Yeah,
Back-to-back
there's Leach.
receptions for Luke.
So now Luke has got Rockwall into the red zone with his second reception. It's going to be Duckworth as your lone receiver, I believe, near side. 2 receivers far side. And now it is going to be Castro looking for room. He'll get to the second level, be brought down just inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Under 5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter.
Casher with a quick strike of 5 yards, and again, that's right on his average. This has been averaging 5 yards per carry. This quick strike offense for the Jackets, man, this will drive you crazy as far as the other team is
Here's
concerned.
a fade, wide open, caught, Wiley, touchdown. Rhino Wiley with the grab, his first of the ball game, and that's Wiley's 5th touchdown of the season, and Rockwall jumps out to a 2-score lead.
Man, I tell you what, we've heard it all year long. Billy, we heard it a lot before the season started, how great the excitement of seeing this outstanding sophomore, and man, he's been something else all year long. And as you mentioned, 5th touchdown of the year there for Rhino, and again, good separation, wide open over there in the corner, and a good throw from Brent Record.
Got offers from Pitt, UNT, Tulsa, UTEP, and SMU. High snap. Kick is good, though. Good job by Rickert to get it down, and a good job by Holland to punch it through. So Rockwall will now jump out to a 15-0 lead here early. Stop me if you've heard this before, folks, because this happened last week. Rockwall jumped out to actually a 22-0,
buddy. Yeah,
and that's where the tough part comes in. Where Rockwall had a 22-0 lead over Forney last week, but unfortunately that second quarter came in, and Forney scored 28 in that second quarter. Rockwall still scored 13, but that kept at a 7-point lead at halftime, and then eventually that game goes down to the wire. Rockwall scores to go up by a touchdown. They missed the extra point. And then, of course, Forney goes in the last play, one of the last plays, and they make the extra point and they win the crucial game. So we'll show the standings here in just a second when we have a chance and talk about what Rockwall needs to do to make sure that they get their foot into the playoff race. As they've got a number of opportunities, but it's not as good as if you would have beat Forney last
absolutely.
week.
Absolutely. Again, when you're playing two of the better teams, again, need to pick up this one, need to handle business, take care of business against Legacy, because then when you take on this point in the season, two of the better teams, of course, Heath being undefeated, and then, of course, North Forney, Legend Bay, and that crew.
Right. And we'll get the scoreboard fixed here in a minute, folks. We know that it's a 15-0 lead. We got Chris Curtis on it. He's wearing the hat backwards, so you know it's serious.
It's all business up here in the booth.
Yeah. You know when them twins start getting out of hand, he turns that hat around. Got to get to work.
They've all started to figure out that that's business time.
Yep. Tally wouldn't like it. He'd ask him where's a skateboard. That's what he'll ask those with the
where's the skateboard
with the hat board. Yeah, exactly. Holland will put his foot into this one, and it's going to be brought out. And he got back to the 15, got a few blockers on the far side, and finally slung down at the 20-yard line.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Be a flag on that one.
So I think there'll be some extra yards tacked on to that one. But Tyler Legacy finally get the ball back as once they gave it up on the sack and fumble, Rockwall had 2 consecutive possessions courtesy of the onside kick.
Demarion Malone, the sophomore, another one of those sophomores on the return there for Legacy.
Yep, there you go.
A shout out right quick, Wendy Bell. Hey, listen, thank you. Seriously, texting in, again, as we mentioned, just asking us about something that we're dealing with now. Of course, the clock, but we do appreciate you reaching out to us and letting us know.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. I want to thank all the folks that jump on to the chat on YouTube. We recognize you all, too, and love having you all join in. So here we go. Another opportunity here for Legacy. Only their second drive, and this is Jackson. Nothing there. Rockwall's defense will bring him down. Oh, I get the text here. Your son is listening, so I better give a shout-out to
your son.
One Cash Quentin, who's partaking tonight. He's one of about 1,000 people that wants to be up here for the Rockwall Heath game next week. So I'll go ahead and mention that to Chris so he can work on that. And make sure that he gets up here. Do what? Where does he work? Oh, that's right. Chris reminds us that he works in Royce City, so that may not work out.
That was a good one. That was a good call out. I mean, in the middle of working, he heard that and was able to, the presence of mind to stop to let you know, never mind.
Because not only is the hat backwards, the sleeves are rolled up.
Be serious. And he's wearing a short sleeve, so that says a lot.
That's a lot. Well, he's showing off the guns. It looks like we have Trey Brooks up here. Trey's got the guns. You know, he's been working out. And then, of course, Jet is behind him doing absolutely nothing. He's not doing a thing.
The technical advice.
Yeah, he's just waiting for brownies. Where's Whitley? Whitley needs to be here with some brownies. You know what? The Thursday move-up may have thrown her off schedule.
She may not have had her baking plan.
Sorry, Jet. We may not get brownies. He shrugs his shoulders like it doesn't bother him. We know it bothers him immensely.
Alive.
Yeah. Here's a throw from Gray. He's going to throw an out route, and it's incomplete. Receiver could not hang on.
Intended for Malone.
Yep. And so there is a 3-and-out from the Legacy Red Raiders.
Good pressure there from the Jackets. Forced him to throw that a little bit sooner than he would have preferred.
So Rockwall already up 15-0, 3:10 left here in the first quarter.
Shout out to a couple of guys on that one, Christian Lawyer and Pulliam, Jimmy Pulliam, both. Throughout that series, that entire series, both those guys were involved in a lot of that pressure.
Yeah. And it's going to be Edwards back to return for the Jackets. He'll be standing at his own 25. Snap is a little bit to the right. Heavy rush. He gets it off. And Edwards is going to let this one fall. Tell everybody, normally we would yell out banjo. Banjo, that meant to clear, or fire. Say fire. Never knew where we got these things. For an interception, it was Oski. We would say Oski. I don't know. I still think back to all those back in the day.
Banjo, fire.
Yeah, and Oski. So, anyway, but now Rockwall is going to take over here. 3 minutes left exactly here in the first quarter. And as you can see, we're working on the scoreboard there as it keeps popping up. And Chris now has his shirt off. This is getting awkward.
Man,
why is he going shirtless?
I don't know what's going on. And still,
like that's going to make it better.
And still put the hat back on. It's
Yeah.
weird. That's crazy. I don't know what's going on.
I didn't know he had all those tattoos. That's weird. Not often you see a man with a unicorn tattoo, but there it is. Rolling to his left is Rickert. He's got time. He's got a man. He's got Puffer. He'll make the grab at the 43, and he'll get it up to the 45, 44-yard lines where they're going to bring him down. So he's right at the marker. They're saying it's 10 yards, and it's a smell that brand new fresh set of downs.
Nothing like it.
Yeah, I love that. And here we go. This is Hankins with his first carry, actually second carry. He got the 2-point conversion earlier, and now he'll have one for just about a yard here to the left side. So 2nd down and 9 for Rockwall. 2:30 left here in the first quarter. And we want to thank everybody for joining us. I know this was kind of, thrown at everybody at the last minute. And there's a flag on the play before it gets started. Rockwall has some motion. So they're going to back him up 5 and set up a 2nd down and 14. Rockwall needs to get to the 46 of Legacy. Okay, I've got a shout out here that I got to get onto, and it's kind of an awkward one.
All right, tell me.
And everybody knows as they mark it off. I saw, I went to vote. And remind everybody, go vote. Everybody go vote.
Absolutely, please do.
And so polls are open. Early voting's available, I think, till Halloween, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll get to it after this play. And it's an empty backfield. Rickert's going to keep it. He's stuck.
Well read, man.
Yep. Linebacker
Goodness
got
gracious.
in there, popped him. I don't think that was linebacker. I think it was one of them big, massive linemen. That's
Adam Anderson.
Yeah, that was Anderson. That dude is a
Nose tackle.
building. Yeah.
That's who you want to avoid.
Yeah. Yeah. When you run, don't go towards the big building.
Go to Anderson.
Yeah. So it's a 3rd down and 14 for Rockwall. And there's another flag. I think Rockwall was moving. They're letting the play go. Did we go offsides?
No, yeah, offsides.
All right,
Puffer's
Puffer's got it. He's got the first down. If it stands, it's a great play. It was a freebie. And Puffer's all the way to the 41.
2 guys up front jumped.
There you go. And so now Rockwall will decline it and take the first down and be at the 41-yard line. So I go vote, and you know who's there making sure everything works is Stick. Stick Gibbons.
Yes, Stick.
Greg.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
But he's wearing a sheriff's uniform.
Mm-hmm.
But I always knew him as a fireman.
Yes.
Yeah, he's wearing the deputy uniform. And I said, what's going on? And he tells me, well, I wear both uniforms. Let me tell you this here. I got to make sure that there's time for me to properly make this announcement. Nice run right up the gut.
Strong run.
And Rockwall's going to have another first down. That's an 11-yard gain.
That was Hankins.
Yep, Hankins again. He said, well, I wear both uniforms. I guess you could say I'm a cross-dresser.
That's what
it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a hitch route near side, Petrino, incomplete. I think there's a miscommunication on that, but that's what Stick said.
Did you look at him?
Yeah, I did. I gave him a look, and I kind of questioned a few things. But it's good to see him. Boy, that guy, I remember seeing him at church all the time. He'd get coffee, and he put so much sugar and cream into his coffee. And he told me one day, he goes, I need to make it taste like candy, is what he was saying.
For him to drink the coffee.
Yeah, he's a fireman, and he's wanting his candy coffee. 2nd down and 10 now for Rockwall. Play action. Rickert looks to throw. He's got time, got a man over the middle. Caught.
Beautiful.
Touchdown, Rockwall. Duckworth again. There you go, baby.
2nd touchdown of the night for Jack Duckworth.
The future Stanford Cardinal.
Again, behind the defense over there. And a good throw from Rickert.
Yeah, what a great throw. That's now Rickert's 12th touchdown pass of the season. 2 tonight. He had 1 last week in the Forney game. Is Chris still here? Holy cow. He's nude. That's what he's gotten down to. He's taken everything
It's gotten
off.
out of control.
Yeah.
Fully out of control.
This is the first time we've seen him, and we don't want to. There we go. Holland's got the extra point through. And your new score. Let's take a timeout here. It's Rockwall 22, Legacy nothing. And this is Rockwall Yellowjackets football on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
Investing in you and our community is what sets Alliance Bank apart. We are community banking. That's why you can find us at nearly every event volunteering, sponsoring, and donating. Alliance Bank has been serving Rockwall County for over 16 years, and with your help, we have grown into the go-to bank for our community. Time to start a new business, time to expand your business, ready for a new home or a like new home, we will be there because that's who we are. Alliance Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC, equal.
Welcome back to Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. Billy Quinton along with David Elizabeth Sweet. Glad to have him. We're in different spots in the booth right now.
Which just completely got us out of our norm.
Yeah, I'm normally on the far right, but J-Mo,
that's where he goes.
Yeah,
that's where the director
goes. All of a sudden just takes my chair. I've only been doing it for 20 years, but he just decides, I'll go sit where Billy is. And so, hey, do we have any crowd noise here? Let's do a little crowd noise. Let's have some atmosphere.
There are some folks here.
There we go. Yeah, so J-Mo comes in, says I'm going to take Billy's chair and not give him crowd noise. That was his plan for the day, apparently. So we'll fight through that.
We're just trying to get the viewers the scoreboard.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead and deflect.
Let's see.
And that requires us to move in the booth.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently I have to sit on the left now.
Just ask you to do different stuff.
You're in the middle.
I
You're
know.
normally not in the middle, but you're in your high chair, so that's good. There's
in my high chair.
Yeah, you are in the high chair.
I'm happy with this chair. So happy with it. You know,
you know what?
It's taken me 20 years to get it.
It's
that and my working screen.
You got a working
I've got
screen?
a working screen. I do. I know no one else in the stadium does. You know what I mean?
Here's the deal, though. You're in your high chair. I think it's weird that you still want Cheerios on the tray in front of you. I don't know why you want Cheerios.
A snack? I don't understand why it's that controversial. You keep trying to get a hold of them like you did my coffee a moment ago.
I drank your coffee accidentally.
You did. It's ridiculous.
And I don't know what was in it, but I don't want any more.
In my little cup.
Yeah. We had the same cups.
Cheerios. And
I'm not sure what's going on.
In a moment.
Is fixed, fellas.
All right.
All right.
In a second, we do want to see one of the it's going to let us transition into our second Halloween.
Yes, we'll do that here. Jackson looking for room. He'll bounce off a defender, fall forward to the 29-yard line. Let's give him 4 on that carry. We're about to
Jackson Stoner in on the stop there for Rockwall.
To end the first quarter here with Rockwall up 22-0. As I said, this is exactly where we were last week. Felt good.
Yeah.
We felt good.
Pretty confident.
Osborne hadn't done much. We're just going down the field like nothing. This is going to be easy. This Forney team, I don't think they're that good. Then things changed in the second quarter.
A couple of folks got involved in that. And
Now the Rockwall's defense will stack up Jackson. I see Christian Washington in there, and I think Stevens also.
Both the two linebackers. You're right, Washington and Stevens combining on that stop.
So a 3rd down and 7 here. This probably will be the last play if they choose to run it.
Chaplin also involved in that one.
Game clock is at 17 and the play clock's at 22, so they can let this go, and it looks like they are. So we'll let it run down with them. We can't really do much, even though we're in our different spots in the booth. It's kind of weird. I've never sat way over here. I've never sat in this far left seat in 20
years. Move your cheese. Huh? Yeah, move your cheese, getting stuff moved around in the workplace.
Right.
Yeah.
I like how J-Mo thinks he runs the show and comes in.
Just wanted to make a few changes.
Yeah, he's already told us, we're doing a commercial now. You don't talk back to me. So let's do a commercial. It's in between quarters, so let J-Mo run the show. This is Rockwall. I think it's Yellowjackets football. It could be the J-Mo show. Let's just see what happens.
Hi, I'm Zach Riddle with Riddle Brothers Roofing and Construction. We're proud to be your local roofing experts right here in Rockwall. Whether it's storm damage, a roof replacement, or just making sure your home is protected, we bring quality craftsmanship and a commitment to doing things the right way. We're also proud to support the Rockwall Yellowjackets this season because building strong roofs and building a strong community go hand in hand. From our family to yours, sting 'em, Jackets. Hi, I'm Zach Riddle with Riddle Brothers Roofing and Construction.
Hey, I'm Mike Leslie from WFAA, and you are watching Rockwall Yellowjackets football.
All right, then we start the second quarter here at Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. Billy Quinton along with David Elizabeth Sweet. We got Trevor Webb on the camera who walked in feeling like he was left out. And then, of course,
Had to come in to make sure all the meetings that were going on were not about him.
Right.
We knew what that was.
And Jim Starrett on the board telling us how to butter our bread. So here we go. 3rd down and 7. Play action. Gray looks to throw. He's going to go deep. Near side. Got a man. Incomplete. He got behind the defense. And they were trying to hit. Yeah, it was Owens. It looked like Jesse Owens on that one. He was running fast.
A little bit faster than
Yeah. So
Gray thought he was going to be.
Man. So anyway, there's a stop on 4th down for the Jackets, and looks like Legacy will punt, and Edwards will have an opportunity to bring this one back. Edwards averaging 15 yards per return. He's only had 5 returns so far this year, so let's see what he can do. I know he had a long one that was called back. Oh, a high snap. Good job to grab it by Sanders.
And then
he
to get that off, good
Yep.
grief.
Yep, and it's going to take a Rockwall bounce here and then finally be down at the 42-yard line. Let's quickly go to another costume.
In fact, but I want to be picky on the one that we're wanting to have because it's with the scoreboard difficulties that we've had tonight.
Right,
We can bring up. There we go. Check out this one, folks.
Yeah.
This is a new one, Billy.
Yeah.
I know you're proud of this one.
I am. This is one you can go as the Wilkerson Sanders scoreboard, and all you need is just a big black board.
And there's nothing else you can do to that middle part.
No.
There's nothing
No.
to be done.
Nope.
Nothing that can fix it, that can make it better, that'll make it work.
Right. Maybe
You're just going to
put
have to
in-
deal with that empty spot.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And just say, hey, that's all we
Sorry.
got. That's all we got.
And then all you have to say is, if somebody asks you about it, is sorry.
Trips left, and here's a run for the Jackets right up the gut. It's going to get to the 45-yard line, and that is it. Rockwall looks at a 2nd down and 7, and that is Hatcher with the
that's
carry.
AJ.
We're in pretty good odds. If we just say AJ,
We're good, right?
we're good on
Well,
defense.
I can promise
and
you, if
offense.
there's an interception, you just say AJ. That's
Yeah,
great,
we're
right?
gonna
You're in
be
good shape with both the 2 corners. But
Right. Now it's a play action. Rickert looks to throw. Got all day, and he's going to go deep, and it's in the seam, incomplete.
Yep,
and there's
flags
a flag on the
coming
play.
from everywhere. Big Bird blew up.
And that was Leach, the intended receiver.
2 guys with
You know
3
what-
white jerseys. But
What is today's date?
what is the date
Yeah,
today?
what is today's date? Because it feels like June 14th, which is Flag Day.
Flag Day.
I went a long way
did.
for that one.
You did.
I
You
went a
worked
long-
that.
and you were confused.
Hey, you were determined. Yeah, because I was thinking, okay, well, all right, I'm going to go with you. It's back to June.
I will
I'm
say-
supposed to reach out back to you and say that ask Billy to let all his millions of fans know that all the signs in Lampasas saying the home of the great Billy Quinton are currently, they're all being redone from what I understand.
Okay, is that Ron?
Yeah, it's Ron there. He texted me in the middle of the week. I was fully aware of what he was
He texted
giving you a
me
hard time.
too. Yeah, that's Hatcher with a great run, but a flag on the play. I think it's
Listening
going
to
go
you.
against. Okay, here's the deal.
He was expecting to see signs that said,
I
because
know.
you tell people, and he said
I
they're
know.
not there.
He texted me. He goes, "Where are the signs?" I said, "They're being repaired. They
Face
get a
mask,
lot
by
of-
the way.
Yeah, and so there's going to be extra yards here tacked on to the Hatcher 12-yard run. He went through Lampasas. He didn't see the signs. I hate that he went at this time, but they
Oh.
want to get the signs ready for the holidays.
Is that it?
Because a lot of people want to pose in front of them for the holidays. And so they have to get it
That's
ready.
on
And I
Christmas
hate
cards.
that Ron missed it.
Yeah.
And then we also missed something else here. I see on the chat line here, and I'm going to correct in a minute because we got a grandma mad. And
Okay.
so
we can't have that. We got to fix
No,
that. You got to address
no.
that in a moment.
Yep.
So do what you got to do.
Yeah, Hatcher to the right of Rickert. And it is going to be Hatcher with the run. He's got room. He's got
Nice
the
hold.
blocks. They try to strip it. He hangs on, but he's going to get about 7 on that run. Gets inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Okay, officially, that's Christian Lawyer's 5th fumble recovery because Grandma said 1 did not get recorded.
All righty.
So,
We
Grandma,
take
we're
that
sorry. We're giving him 5.
100%.
Yeah, we're giving him 5. So 2nd down and 3 for Rockwall. They got to get to the 4 to move those chains. Play action, slant route, caught, touchdown Rockwall. That's Wiley again.
Boom.
His 2nd touchdown of the ball game, and Rockwall's pouring it on now. They go up 28-0 pending the extra point.
So we'll see the way the rest of this game goes between him and Duckworth. Duckworth with 2 touchdowns, and Wiley with 2 for himself. So anybody was curious how this thing would go for the Jackets, considering we were up 22-0 last week, and that didn't end that well. Rockwall
didn't.
with an answer on that one and a 28-0 lead here early in the second quarter.
Extra point, line drive. It splits the pipes, and there's your
We'll go to break.
extra point and a 29-0 lead for Rockwall. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, We'll see what that Jacket defense can do. This is Rockwall Yellowjackets football. It's tackle football, everybody. We're showing you tackle football.
It's special stuff. This is real football.
It's Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
Jacket Nation, this is Coach Brooks shouting out to Rockwall Ford. I'm excited to have the support of Ford team for the 2025 football season and their support for the remarkable achievements that students and staff strive to accomplish daily. Over the years, they have extended their unwavering support to every athlete, coach, and staff member as they diligently pursue their goals and ultimately achieve victory. We look forward to continuing our partnership. Go Jackets! Jacket Nation, this is Coach Brooks shouting out to Rockwall Ford. I'm excited to have the support of Ford team for the 2025.
The Legacy Red Raiders, they're looking for their 15th consecutive win over Legacy as the series is led by Rockwall 14-1. Legacy defeated Rockwall the first time they met in 2004, which was a pretty good year for Legacy. Actually, they were Lee then.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good to be one of those Lee. What were they then?
They were Lee.
No, I was trying to think what they were, but they weren't the Red Raiders. Were they Rebels?
Yeah, they were the Rebels. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they went. I forgot when they went to Red Raiders, but they were the Rebels then. They were the Tyler Lee Rebels. Won the state championship.
Yes, they did. 2004. Shout out real quick, Bill and Ann Morton, as always.
Oh, they're great. Love having them.
Always, week in and week out, man.
Bill got mad that he could hear us talk over the band the other day, though. I feel bad. I apologize to Bill. He said, "Do we need to hear you?" And I just texted back, "Yes, yes, you do." But we had a crowd mic. Let me tell everybody, this is the first broadcast we've done in 3 weeks where we have light.
I know it.
We have an outlet that we can use. We have climate control.
We're comfortable.
And you're in your high chair with
I know
your Cheerios
it. And
on
I
the
could have
tray.
used my chair last week.
Oh, that's true.
I would have taken any chair, though, for that matter.
Let me tell you something. I had to stand for the whole game last week for the first time, and it did not go over well when I got home.
Boy, you were irritable.
I was very irritable. Sorry about that.
And then the game didn't end good. So.
And then the game.
Just a rough night out in Forney.
That was a tough one. There's a run right up the gut for
Swallowed
Legacy.
Up there.
Yep,
Wade
and he's
Day.
going to end up getting about 3 yards before Day gives him a bear hug. And I'm also got the Chargers-Vikings game on because I got a few fantasy players in that one that's going to really, really shape my game.
Who do you have in this one?
I got Herbert.
All right.
I got
quarterback. Yeah.
I got McConkey, and I got Jefferson on the Vikings.
There you go.
Second down and 7. Play action. Gray looks to throw. Out route. Got a man. Caught at the 45-yard line, just shy of Rockwall territory. We'll get to the 48, and that was Owens with the grab.
30th reception of the year for him.
That was Brown on the coverage. Now
One of the AJs.
Here's the thing. I need Herbert to throw it to McConkey. That's why I get double points. And he threw one to Gadsden here. That's fine. But let's think about Billy a little bit.
Kind of the Billy Quinton fantasy game plan.
Right.
Some help, some assistance needed.
That's right. There's a run right up the gut, and this is Baloney once again.
Stoner with the tackle for the Jackets.
You know, speaking of uniforms, it looks like the Chargers are rocking the St. Louis combo.
Man.
And the yeah.
Well, they're doing their old. They're doing
old
the
school.
school. Yeah,
yeah. They're doing the 90s.
Yeah, with the numbers on the helmet.
Yeah.
And the high.
Well, it's the
high.
the dark
bolt.
purple.
Yeah, and the high bolt. And then also, remember, I mean, last week they wore the all yellows.
Yeah,
so
that was horrible.
That was bad, man.
Yeah. There's Burnley again. This is his best run of the game,
Yeah,
and he's going to
bounced
get
off
to the
someone.
45.
Ashworth finally able to bring him down.
Here's what happened last week. I feel like, and I'm a diehard Cowboys guy, and I still think the Cowboys uniforms are the best in the NFL. Second best, real close, is the Chargers baby blue.
Ooh, those are sharp.
Those are great.
Man.
But then the worst NFL uniforms are those yellow ones they wore last week. That was horrible. There's a run again for a first down, and now Legacy's got something working here as they get into Rockwall territory to the 36-yard line. Burnley again on the run. It looked like they were like mustard jars running around.
Yeah, and that was that a Thursday? It was a Thursday night, wasn't it? Isn't that back-to-back Thursday nights?
No, that was
because, man, I thought, well.
Here we go. Wide receiver screen too low. Had a little something working there.
No, it was a night game, you're right. But it was in the afternoon.
Intended for Owens. Had some blocks ahead of him, but the throw was low. And we can talk again about Kason Gray coming in. He was going to be the backup. We saw Zach Davis last year as the starter, but he blew his knee out in the spring. It's amazing that he's back for this season, but he is having to stay as the backup. He's not fully healthy. He's only had 8 pass attempts so far this year. But so it's Gray that's had to take over, the sophomore, and he's had a pretty good numbers here. 14 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And they're going to hand this one off to Jackson. He looks for room. He'll pick his way in the interior of that Dallas of that Rockwall defense to the 33-yard line. I don't dare mention Dallas and defense
do that
together.
to the Jacket defense, buddy.
No. That'll come up again later.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah, that'll come up later.
Speaking of uniforms, though, does it beat the worst of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
The honeybee?
Bumblebee.
Honeybee. Good job.
Gosh,
That's another one.
Yeah, Owens on the wide receiver screen. Rockwall's defense will surround him and bring him down. Looked like he had room there for a little bit, but that Jacket defense turned on the speed, got to him, and it's going to be a 4th down now for Legacy. I'm sure they're down 29 with 7:50 left here in the second quarter.
Castro and A.J. Brown combining on the stop for Rockwall.
And the documentary tonight's a pretty good one,
Is
too.
it?
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Excited about that.
So hey guys, stay tuned. Lots of
yeah.
Halloween options. Again, we've already shown a couple of the costumes that are available throughout the Rockwall community that you can, for you to think about here as you make those last-minute decisions. And then, of course, there'll be a movie of the week that will.
Yeah.
It's a documentary, as Billy mentioned. So lots to look forward to.
Very excited. Play action. Gray looks to throw. Rush from Rockwall. Doesn't get there. Going to go deep. It's going to be. Is that intercepted?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Let's see if they give it to him. Yes, they're going to give it to him. Who grabbed that
That's
one?
A.J. Brown.
All right. I should have said
As
A.J.
you said, A.J., you've been safe, right? So that's Brown's second interception on the year.
Let's remember back when A.J. got a great interception and was taken away on a penalty. And then the next play, Edwards got the interception.
On the next play, man.
And that next few days, I saw AJ's mom, and she was not happy about that. Not happy. But good job there by AJ to get Rockwall the ball now at the 20 with 7:12 left in the second quarter.
How about a shout out to Cliff Kristen and Kylie Witt watching, as always, from the house. And they are they're so happy for us that we've got all of our amenities back this week.
Oh yeah, I know.
They can tell that we're in better moods because
here we go, and that's going to be Puffer with the grab. He'll shake a tackle, spins, goes into that little spin cycle. It's the B button on your controller on your Xbox.
Works better if you hit it quickly.
Yeah, you got to pump it real quick. Yep, and you get 5 yards, second down and 5. Shout out to my wonderful mom watching from Lampasas, Texas, where, of course, the signs are down. She knew that the signs were down, and I'm sorry, again, Ron, that the Billy Quinton signs were up. Here we go. We got to go to the secondary, and this is Castro. He may take it all the way. He's got one man to beat, and he'll be brought down at the 4. I didn't know he was going to give the team a ride.
Well, he would have been brought down a little bit sooner into that one if the young man, the last one, was trying to hold on to him, wasn't going for the strip. Castro was able to secure the football and then said, come on, let's go. We'll go for a ride for an additional 5 or 6 yards after that contact.
You go for a ride, you got to get a ticket.
That's it, buddy.
Can't get
that's
no
going to
cost.
Yeah, that's going to cost you.
Stoner.
What a run by Castro, man!
Great. They all look is so Castro. Just pop into the secondary and let's roll. Here we go. Fade route, far side, caught, touchdown, Rockwall, and that is Petrino with the touchdown this time. Let's spread the wealth, and Petrino will have his first touchdown of the night. 2 for Duckworth. We got 2 for Wiley, 1 for Petrino.
For Petrino. So
if we keep going, me and you might get one.
We'll be ready to
answer
the call.
J-Mo will take it.
Yeah, J-Mo will.
He'll
step in there and
take it away from us.
I'll take it.
Another touchdown here for the Jackets. I'll put them at 35-0 here over Legacy. We talk a little bit about, this is, and David, a high snap. Good job by Rickert to get it down. And the extra point is good. And so Rockwall will go up 36-0. Let's go ahead and show another Halloween costume, because I have a feeling we're going to lose viewers second half.
Yeah.
So we got to get them all in.
Because we want to know the full options.
Yeah,
this is a great one.
This is the one where, all right, Jerry Archer, this is one you make yourself.
I think it's been requested, if I'm not mistaken.
It has been. So what the deal is this is a one where you build your costume. And what you do is a Jerry Archer car, and you use all the birth certificates of his kids.
All of his children, birth
certificates, and you build your own car since he's a mechanic.
And listen, Billy had to come up with something in the advertisement for these folks you can build this car, but he does. I mentioned this earlier. There's enough birth certificates out there that you could build multiple cars.
Right.
If you need two, you can have two cars.
Or a Suburban.
Is an option.
Yeah,
you know what I
could
mean?
do that. But yeah, so thanks to Jerry Archer to allow us to do that. That all his kids' birth certificates. These are copies. It's not the original birth certificates.
Not.
I mean,
those
because
are important.
they're important. They've got those in I'm assuming a storage area somewhere.
A huge safe because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not like in a
picture his house like a barracks.
Yes, exactly.
A bunch of bunk beds, like Full Metal Jacket. Everybody's just in bunk beds. Long room.
Absolutely.
Jerry walks in the middle of it, tells everybody to get up. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, comes in with the trash can to wake him up. I wonder if he's gotten mad at any baseball umpires or anything lately. It ain't baseball season yet, so we got to get on that.
A little bit of time left to go for that one.
He's known to voice his opinion.
Well, I'm sure he's got, quite a few games to watch. You know what I mean?
Hey, we also got one of our old compadres. The great Tyler Anderson is watching. It was one of our broadcasters, the smooth jazz stylings of Tyler Anderson back in the day.
Voice, yep.
Yep.
And then there was somebody else on that one. That was on that text.
Who else was on that one?
That was Rayco.
Oh,
another one of our.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. David
partners.
Rayco, the judge. Who, there's nobody in the world that gets more excited on a penalty than David Rayco.
Yep.
He wants to explain the penalty. He wants to explain if you should take it or not, what the meaning of it is, why you should take it or not
with
take
a
it.
distinct opinion. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Going to make the call, buddy.
Anytime we drove, no matter where we parked, it was not the right spot. It was no. You got to go over there. So here's Gray with Jackson to his left, trying to get something working here for Legacy. And he's going to give it to Jackson. He's got room. He's to the secondary, and he'll take on two defenders, knock him down, and that's the best run of the night for Legacy, all the way to the 45-yard line, 20-yard run. Biggest play of the night so far for Tyler.
Yeah, big hole on the left side there. Again, we talked about one of those offensive linemen. That time it was Anthony Antunes, the senior offensive lineman leading those efforts on the left side, as well as Demarion Brown-Johnson. Big juice.
You got, again, let's go over. We talked about in the pregame. Here's your lineup, the line. 300 pounds, 330, 310, 300, and then the pipsqueak to the far right, 6'4", 287-pound Tristan Woods as the right tackle. He's the smallest one. That's a massive line. That's a lot of beef. 5:33 left here in the second quarter.
Had a Tunez pulling on that one. Hey, nice job there by that was Wade Day. Was able to fight around that one to hold that to a minimal gain.
Second down and 8 now for Legacy. As Gray will now go into the pistol formation with Jackson directly behind him. Dual H-backs here on the right, and it's Jackson looking for room. Rockwall knew that run was coming. You could even see the secondary as they charged in, knowing this is a run here. Let's give it up and see if we can bring him out, and they do. It's a 1-yard loss.
Stoner on the bottom of that pile. Christian Washington with the assist.
It's going to be weird having a Friday night off that we didn't plan on tomorrow. We'll sit back and remind everybody. You can go on watch the Hawks and the Longview. That'll be a good one.
It should be a great game and a very important game for both
it is.
For everybody in District 10 6A for that matter,
including us.
Yep, absolutely.
All these games matter. Play action. Gray look at the throw. Heavy rush is going to go corner route incomplete. There was some contact, no flag, and he was trying to get Malone on that route. Overthrew him.
Good pressure.
Yeah, that was a lot of pressure there. And then on defense, that was Zayden Edwards on the coverage. And he's going to stay back there to return this punt. Now it goes to 4th and 9 with 4:29 left in the second quarter. I want to remind everybody to stay tuned for the Rest Haven Funeral Home halftime show. Excuse me. We have the Orange Wave Band. One of their many outstanding performances. Rockwall's rush gets in there, can't get to it. Edwards is going to have it bounce off his shoulder pad, and it's still loose. It's in the end zone. Who gets it? I believe Legacy has it. Touchdown. Mm-hmm. That should be a touchdown, or they're going to say at the 1. I think that thing was in the end zone. I know you can't advance a muffed punt, but if
the ball's
it's
on the ground in the end zone?
Yeah, if it's in the end zone. That's the first fumble that Rockwall's had on a punt return so far this season. They're going to say a touchback. So Zayden must have got it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, the coaches to the
They're losing their minds.
That's our legacy. The legacy coaches to our right. I guess Edwards, give him credit, man. He got to it, and it's a touchback. What a difference there that could change a lot of things. But give credit to Zayden.
See what this discussion is. Of course, you got the
Oh, I didn't get to tell you.
No, it's a touchdown. No, I was going to say he did not recover that ball.
That's what I thought.
That was a Raider on the bottom of the pile.
And he
In
called
fact, it was number
touchback.
18.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. So it is a touchdown for the Red Raiders because the coaches were losing their minds, as they should have, over to our right.
Jaden Kemp, senior wide receiver number 18, was the one that recovered that one.
Okay, there you go. I know it's a touchdown against Rockwall, but I feel better because that was clearly a touchdown for Legacy.
Let's see, be missing things that are that obvious.
Right.
That'd be a problem.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
This ain't the NBA. You can't just rig things.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Wow. Express your opinion on that one. Can't just rig things. Yeah.
Did you see all that stuff?
Yeah.
Though?
Yeah.
It's not good.
No, it's not good at all, buddy.
It's not good.
When you have coaches and
Everybody.
players and this people.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
the FBI is involved in some of this stuff. This is crazy.
Well, and the mafia.
yeah, that's true.
That's not a good thing. The extra point is good. So now your new score is Rockwall 36 and Legacy 7. We'll keep it here. Let's talk about the NBA. No.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's go to another costume idea. What's the last
I'm going to tell you
one?
what now. I've gotten quite a few texts here, by the way. Those are folks that are fans of this Archer.
Oh, they love it?
Yeah, they love it.
Okay.
They love it. It's
Okay.
a very good option.
Well,
So-
they may like this one.
Hey, listen, in addition to texting us, you need to text Archer and let
Yeah.
Archer know.
Yeah, let
let
him
him
know.
know that about that we've
If
we've
you-
shown this year's costume option for him. What's this one?
If you want to go as the Dallas Cowboys defense, there's a costume out there. You get the uniform
Yeah.
and the cinder blocks
Yep.
that apparently most of the defenders wear.
so you can't you're not going to be able to blitz.
No.
You can't stop runs and,
No.
and it's okay to throw on you, right? You're okay with that?
Don't even cover receivers.
What did you say about that's what you've said in a couple of texts throughout the year?
Yeah,
But you know what?
we have a text thread, and I said,
neat.
listen, this no covering the receivers
It's-
defense will work at
Hey,
some
at
point.
some point in some time,
Just
it's
give it
going to
time.
work.
Give
Yeah.
it time. But we make up for it by not rushing the passer.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, you just kind of got to let those two things
Well,
work
you're hoping,
together.
I guess, as soon as you're just trying to bore the quarterback, right? Is that what you're trying to do?
That's what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Maybe
exactly.
Max Crosby might be able to
Yeah,
help with
well,
that if we can
Doesn't
get
sound
that.
like it.
Doesn't sound like it.
It's kind of like the pitcher that's giving up a lot of doubles and triples. All he's doing is getting that outfield tired.
Yeah,
that's what he's
that's
doing, and eventually it'll come back. But
What would you wear if you were to be in the Cowboys offense, though? I mean,
there's
lights
an
out.
onside kick. I think right now you could just wear socks and you're going to get a bunch of yards. I mean, they're just moving it. That's what's saving them. This is Ashworth on the return.
How about that?
Nice little cut there. And he's going to get to the 43-yard line on that return. And so Rockwall will come back with some good field position with 4:10 left. So these are just ideas for y'all.
So Cowboys defense is one of
Right. Just some ideas from Cue Ball Design to let you know that there's some options out there if you don't want to go with the usual Pirate, Cinderella, all that kind of stuff.
I'm sure that stuff's available out there, but
Yeah.
I can't imagine
Why be like everybody
be
else?
something special.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a ton of options. There are a couple more left too, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I think we have at least one more. I think
Okay.
we have one more left. I was going to do one that was you could go as there was one that was nixed by our AD, which I don't blame him, to be honest with you. And we're going to fake the jet sweep, and then it's
Oh, my goodness.
got a possible face mask there. It is thrown, and they're going to go check down Will Rickert, and he'll check down to Hankins.
We'll see if it's face mask or a hit on the head, personal foul. Okay, they did get the face mask.
Yeah.
I didn't see whether they
It's
actually
either
grabbed
that
or they hit
or
to the
beheading.
head. Yeah.
Is there
Hit
a
to the
penalty
head.
for beheading?
Yeah. You can't be head.
You can't be head.
Oh, John Bailey would say that's cheating.
You can't cheat. So we're at a 15 to the 10-yard reception from Hankins. As a good job there by Rickert to keep his cool
Well,
and
they'll be able to throw the football with no head. That's a cool. You know what I mean?
It's all
impressive.
instinct. You just use instinct. So, and Rickert's having a great year. It's been fun to watch him. And this is going to be a handoff to Hankins up the middle, and he will not go down. Finally, they'll bulldog him at the 28-yard line, set up a 2nd down and 8 for the Jackets.
As far as each and every one of these drives, I know Rockwall's had a lot of success being able to score throughout the night. Of course, every time you get up on offense, what are you trying to do, though, J-Mo? You know, each drive you want to score, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. You have to.
Here's Rickert, and he's going to do the drag route. Got a man, and he is tattooed right when he catches it, but he's going to get about 4 yards, and that is Rhino again.
Wiley.
Yeah. Okay, we got to give a shout-out here. So we got folks watching from Danville, Virginia.
How about that?
And they want to shout out for Jake Searcy, one of the best, if not the best, trainer on the staff. I mean, that's
very cool.
Easy. Yeah, that's easy. Jake's great. So Lamb will go to the left here as the H-back going to 3 minutes. But the snap, play action, out route. That is Leach. He'll make the grab. It's high. He'll get a block.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, looked like he had a chance to spring that one down the sidelines. Easily a first down.
Shout out to Rhino over there. Wiley with the block, man. It was a great block to give him an opportunity to get around the outside corner.
Mm-hmm.
Defense recovered pretty quick, as you mentioned, but Leach able to pick up some additional yards there.
So we got a
first down.
Mm-hmm,
First you can get one more, I'm sorry, before you get into the end zone. Pretty good.
You're just saying what I was going to say, so we'll just keep going. I thought I was the play-by-play guy, but apparently not. No,
well,
just
maybe you hadn't got that memo from J-Mo yet.
That's right.
Some changes coming
There
your way.
are changes coming. I'm not sitting in the same spot.
Yeah.
I just found out that Jay Adams doing another podcast, so apparently I'm fired.
Did you just find that out? I was going to ask you about that one later, buddy.
I was like,
He interviewed,
he's interviewing everybody.
he interviewed a senator the other day. I'm like, where in the world? Wow.
Okay.
I thought you quit or got fired. I don't know what happened.
I even messaged him. Am I fired? I think I'm fired. So anyway, second down now and 8 for Rockwall, and that's Johnson in motion. And this is going to be a run to the left side and taking the pile with him, finally being brought down close to that marker. So he gets inside the 5 to the 4, and that's Hatcher on the run there.
So let's go back and talk about your podcast. So
Yeah.
what's the story? You fired?
Well, we take a hiatus on football season. We always do. Okay, and then we come back in January. Jay's always telling me, we have a 2-minute timeout here. Jay's always telling me, yeah, we need to take, because his girls are in Stingerettes. So he's busy. I'm obviously busy doing all the ball games. So we always say, let's take a hiatus for the fall and the winter, and we'll come back in January.
All right.
So I look up. Jay's doing podcasts with people that we would normally have on Rock 30.
Saw he was on there with Senator Paxton the other day. So,
So I'm like, oh, okay. So I didn't get the memo.
You didn't?
So apparently I'm fired. So if anybody needs a podcast partner, I'm available now. Apparently.
You're ready to go.
I'm ready to go. I don't know what's happening. Jay even joined us in the booth the other day. He didn't mention it.
He didn't mention that.
No.
He didn't mention that. And it had a name, too. I couldn't see what it was.
It's the odometer.
Odometer, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even get to do the graphics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I'm totally fired.
We have our sponsors digitally today.
All right, so you got something you want to talk about.
So,
Let's talk about them.
American National Bank, one of the best in the business.
Yes, sir.
One of them. Well, there's a few.
Yeah, there are a couple. We know many of our customers and communities continue to feel economic uncertainty, but we are always here to lend a hand in good times and not so good times, and we will remain your bank for life. That's American National Bank.
All right, there you go. They are great. Hey, we do want to give some props to the Orange Wave Band. They're heading to the UIL area contest this weekend, and I believe also the Legacy
That's
Band
what it
is heading
sounded
there
like,
too.
yes, sir.
Yeah. They're not even here because I think the Thursday thing threw them.
They were supposed to come in and stay overnight, actually.
Is that what if they played on Friday night?
That was the original plan.
Direct snap here to Hankins. He looks for room, takes on the defenders.
Is he in?
Nope,
Nice
he's
short.
got a first down, but he'll be at the goal line. So first and goal for Rockwall. They'll stop the clock briefly as they move the marker 2 yards.
Be a decision here.
And
right?
see if they
No,
want
it's
to
got
run
the first
some
down.
time.
You're right.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. But I don't know if Rockwall wants to run some time here, but it's going to be hard to run off 2 minutes at the 1.
Maybe.
And the snap goes off of.
You did that, Billy.
I know.
You did that.
Now
they can run the clock.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted.
Yeah, that was Hankins there.
And there's a flag. Yes. You got a flag on the other side.
I'm sorry, people.
Get into the end zone.
Now you can
Offsides.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
We'll
now
take
you're
that.
even closer.
You're going to be on one of these drives trying to settle for a field goal. No, what do we want, Jamie? We want a touchdown.
Every drive.
We need
You got it. Yeah,
6, 7 points.
Six,
7
points.
Six,
Yeah, that's
7
right.
points. Rather than,
you're catching on there.
Yeah,
to the
you like
lingo.
where I was going with this. 6, 7.
See what Rockwall does here. They are averaging.
Billy has no idea what we're talking about. That's all right.
No, I don't listen to y'all anyway.
We'll have to build a graphic
That's
for
it.
that
Yeah,
next
good
week,
point.
Rockwall averaging 32.4 points per game. They already have surpassed that here in the first half. And Hankins again looking for it, but that Legacy defense is there to stop him. He'll set up a second down. He loses a yard on that attempt. So second down now. What are y'all talking about with the 6 or 7?
So the easiest way, in my opinion, to explain
I was going to say, you go. I want to hear somebody. I want to hear somebody of your generation explain it. Go ahead.
Remember when the 21 people would just always say 21 or like I don't know another number that people just find a magical number nowadays and it becomes the meme of the internet.
Okay.
And so pre-summer. I mean, this thing's been going on for a minute, and they basically said, hey. 6'7". How tall is LaMelo Ball?
Oh,
and
they
this
say
guy
6'7".
goes 6'7", and I mean, it just blew up.
It's got a life of its own.
Here we go. Oh, the ball's
my
on the ground
goodness.
again.
Yep, they've got it.
And
They're
I
on the
think
bottom of the
Legacy
Blew up like that play right there. I mean,
I'm just going to step aside and let y'all take it. And so they're trying to snap it directly to the back, and that's what's happening, I think, is there's some miscommunication there. And that one's on the floor, and it goes to Legacy. Second fumble of the game for Rockwall to hand it over. And so now Legacy will take over with 31 seconds. Not only did I jinx it by saying that they just need to run the clock, I didn't even get them a score out of that. They didn't get 6 or 7 out of that.
no, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. I like that one.
There you go. What is up with your generation with these wacky things that's going on? Because I don't understand it. Like, first of all, when you say it's been a minute is fast, but you use a minute like a long time. That always bothers me, too. Like, oh, it's been a minute. Yeah, that's fast. But no, that means a long time. That doesn't mean it confuses me.
So explain a few of them. I've got another one for you here in a moment.
Okay, just a second.
We'll throw one out for you.
Pistol formation, and it's going to be Jackson.
Look at that.
Right
Look at that.
The 1 yard line, and he'll be pushed back. So he's going to lose about 1.5 yards. And if I'm Tyler Legacy, you're probably thinking about letting this thing run down unless Rockwall uses a timeout. They got all 3.
That was your Christian Washington.
And Rockwall will take one. So, okay, what's the other one?
Explain chopped.
Yeah.
Chopped. Okay. Okay. So we got this new one called Chopped. I say we.
Yeah.
He did.
Are you in on
Yes,
the meeting?
he is.
Really,
Listen,
you know.
Yeah. Yes.
Is there like a meeting y'all
yes,
have and decide?
listen.
So the Chopped thing is like, and I feel like there's a couple ways you could do.
I was
going
going to say, in that route, that's what I understand is that this one can in a couple of different options, right?
So the one that I hear a lot is, from people or just walking around talking online. Chopped means you're not the best looking guy out there, or you're not the best looking gal out there.
Okay.
There's another word, right?
I don't know this one.
Okay.
Or what word?
So I'm chopped.
Yeah, we would be described as chopped. I would be afraid, Billy.
We would be or would
We
be?
would be,
Yes. Yes.
Sweet and Quentin, they're chopped, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Where were you going with it?
No,
David?
I'm trying. I was thinking.
Okay.
I've got another one.
Okay.
All right, 19 seconds left here. Now a handoff to Jackson. Looks for room on the near side. He will get a little bit there, and he'll get past the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage, and get it past the 5 to the 6 yard line. Rockwall's going to use their second timeout here to at least, I think, what they want to do. And I see Coach Young out there. He's the special teams coordinator. And they'd like at least try for a block punt. So, okay, what's the next one?
Oh, we're asking me now.
No, come on, give me another one. Go ahead and throw another word out. There is another one. I can't think of the word.
I know.
Ugly. What is?
Like, why can't y'all? We already have words for
I know.
these
Can't
things.
we use
Why can't
those?
you use the words that we've already had?
That's not fun, I guess.
I'm thinking of them. Gosh.
Well, I do remember back in my day, when you said something was bad, that meant good. Oh, that is bad.
Yeah.
And so
we still use that one every now and then.
do you?
Do you?
Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm trying to think. I'm always the first to find them, but I'm like, gosh.
And I don't.
All right.
like,
well, then we got you on the gun. I want to.
put me on the spot there.
See if you can come up with about 3 more.
And the other one that bothers me is when you're a GOAT, that means you were bad. It was
now
horrible.
it's-
Now it's the best, the greatest
well,
of all
it's the greatest
time.
of all time.
Yeah.
Yep, Brady's the GOAT.
Quit reversing these words.
Jordan's still the GOAT.
Yeah.
I probably brought up another one because you're probably going to tell me something different than that, J-Mo, and you would be wrong if you were arguing with me on the Jordan thing.
Gray looking to throw. Out route. Got a man wide open. Oh, and it's dropped.
Oh, my goodness.
Right through his
Off
hands.
his hands.
Yep. And so it's going to be 4th down now for Legacy. And that was Brownlow.
Yes, sir. Off of here.
I couldn't even see it. I couldn't even see the number. See, I think it was Slaughter. I think it was the H-back. Not that it's going to make much of a difference here in the ball game, but I think it was Slaughter. And I hope, I don't want Brownlow's parents to get upset if it's not him.
Okay. All right. Well, hope you're right.
7 seconds left now. Edwards is standing at the 20, at the Legacy 20. Rockwall bringing the rush. There's nobody back. It's just going to go over his head. And this should run out the clock. It's a pretty good punt that's going to end up helping the stats for Sanders. And he'll be downed right there at the 34-yard line. That'll be the half. So your Rockwall Yellowjackets lead 36-7 as we go to halftime. You will see the Orange Wave Band, and I don't know really what Legacy's going to do. Their band is not here, but their drill team is coming out. So either they're going to hum and then do a routine, or maybe they have some piped-in music that they're going to use. I don't know. But let's go to a break, and when we come back,
we're going to
we'll
find
figure
out.
it out. Yeah, we're going to figure it out. We'll go all Columbo and do some investigation.
you know that Rest Haven has been a part of this community for over 50 years. Dwayne and Ann Kane founded this business in order to take care of the families in the community. I've taken on that, and I want to keep doing it for each and every one of you. I grew up here in Rockwall, and it's important to me that this community continues to operate the way it always has. That is neighbor taking care of neighbor. When I lost my dad, Rest Haven took care of my family, and it is my intention to take care of as many families as I can in the future.
We're going first. No, we're not. They're all.
Investing in you and our community is what sets Alliance Bank apart. We are community banking. That's why you can find us at nearly every event volunteering, sponsoring, and donating. Alliance Bank has been serving Rockwall County for over 16 years, and with your help, we have grown into the go-to bank for our community. Time to start a new business, time to expand your business, ready for a new home or a like new home, we will be there because that's who we are. Alliance Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Taryn Oswald, Director of Client Assistance and Food Pantry here at Helping Hands. We are so excited to have Rockwall Ford, Rockwall Dodge, Rockwall ISD, and the entire community join together once again to support our neighbors in need. Last year, the Food Pantry distributed over 560,000 pounds of food. Currently, we are distributing over 15,000 pounds of food each week. This is why we strongly rely on the Shop the Rock I-30 Classic Food Drive to pack our pantry. For more information on our current needs, please visit our Rockwall Helping Hands Facebook page or our website at rockwallhelpinghands.com.
Welcome back to the Rest Haven Halftime Show. Right now you're seeing the Legacy Drill Team and the baton twirlers out there. There is no band as they're getting set to go to the area competition tomorrow. So they, I don't know if they were going to be here even on Friday. Is the competition on Saturday though? So
well, I think you had heard they would have been here because they were going to spend the night, right?
Yeah, they were supposed to come down and spend the night in somewhere locally, because I would hate to have to drive 4 hours and 24 and overnight. It'd just be crazy to drive all the way back just to come back this way. So
so you have a lot of this inside information. You know about the band, the Tyler band. Is this when y'all meet about the new words? Do you find out all this information?
When is that done? When do y'all meet?
So it's me, Lisa, and Chris that meet. And we meet up. Downstairs, in the suite there, and we just come up with stuff on the spot.
Okay, good.
Okay, well, cool.
So just like Rock 30, I'm not involved apparently. So okay, all right. So I need some protection. I need something to help me out. And so what would I do, J-Mo, if I needed some protection and
stick to the script, J-Mo. Stick to the script and answering that generic question he just asked you. Okay, stick to the script. Do not. Don't go off into stick to the script. So it's the craziest soft toss I've ever heard in my life, and you're taking a chance. We just talked about the crazy things these kids do. You really did that? That was the toss.
I need protection.
Oh my word! Oh my goodness!
Well, we've got a good friend by the name of Jacob Rhodes.
All right,
over there at Smith
Allen.
Wipe the sweat off my head. Good answer.
Exactly what I was asking.
Wow.
So Smith Allen Insurance has your home insurance rate doubled the last few years. Talk to Jacob Rhodes, your trusted broker at Smith Allen Insurance. Born and raised in Rockwall, Jacob is a class of 2023 graduate at Rockwall High School and is committed to finding the best rates along with top-notch service, whether it's home or auto insurance. Jacob takes the time to understand your needs and tailor coverage to fit your life. Contact him today at 214-460-3638. That's 214-460-3638. Or you can contact him and email him the old school way at jacob@smithallen.com. Smith Allen Insurance, your local, reliable partner to help protect what matters most to you.
So that's what I was asking. I don't understand why you have to go.
Two things I'm so impressed off of right there, to be honest with you. Number one, you stuck with the script. You ran that play as well. And then secondly, how in the world you read that
It's small.
I don't know. That's insane.
That's how old we are.
It's out of control.
I'll tell you this, though,
It
a
is
little bit of a
out
sneak
control.
preview.
All
The
right.
documentary is about our age.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
I still need to load that one in because we're dealing with all the scoreboard and everything.
Right.
So, but we'll have it.
Okay, good.
We'll have that one in there.
Okay, because it's already been sold, so we need to have it in there, JMO.
Yeah,
we
it's very, very important.
Yeah, we've already sold
And
the
there are people
air
that-
rights to
and
it.
listen, the other thing is there's people out there that are planning the rest of their night. They're going to need
Right.
to know what's available
Right.
for them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? All of our viewers.
Exactly.
Every week in and week out.
All of our viewers. So anyway, I do want to remind everybody that the Heath Hawks and the Longview Lobos will be playing tomorrow night. You can catch this, obviously, we're on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network here on YouTube. So check that out. That kickoff is at 7:30 tomorrow. Probably pregame around 7. I don't know what they do over there with their pregame, but anyway, they will have a pregame, and so check that one out. Coach Webb going out to Longview. One of us has to beat Longview.
Somebody
at some
has
point.
to be able to beat Longview.
Yeah,
right?
at
Remember,
some point.
Heath had it done last year.
Yep.
And then there was a fumble.
That's right.
Remember, fumbled late
That's
in the
right.
game and returned for a touchdown.
All right.
Thought they had them, but
And
we do have a couple of scores, by the way. Or
Yeah, real quick.
one
give
other
us-
score.
Okay.
One other score in our district. 14-0 North Forney up on Royce City. Mm-hmm. Then there are quite a few games in the area, but that's the other one out of 10-6A tonight is the North Forney Falcons.
Let's step away and watch the Orange Wave Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rockwall High School Orange.
All right, welcome back. Big thanks to Rest Haven Funeral Home for sponsoring the halftime. It's always good to watch the Orange Wave Band. I got to go down to the third level. That's where all the VIPs are.
Did you hang out? Did you hobnob and rub elbows with Frank and crew?
Saw Frank Conselman, saw Coach Webb.
Wow.
Saw Cody Moore, who's now the golf coach over at DBU.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How cushy of a job is that?
Going to coach golf at Dallas Baptist University.
Right. I said you get to hang
Big
out with all the
time.
rich people.
Big time.
It is big time. So here's the kickoff as Rockwall will start this second half, getting that kick right at the 34-yard line and stuck immediately. So Rockwall will start right there, and that is Will Heritage, safety, sophomore. We'll see a lot more of Will, especially in the upcoming seasons. He's the backup safety right now. He'll come in a good amount of time, but he backs up Will Ashworth at the free safety spot. So see a little bit more of him as the season goes, and definitely next year.
Yep, his time is right around the corner. Hey, can you already sense, I'm sure our viewers can, they can already sense the difference in the booth as JMO's moved on to the camera?
Yeah.
It's like a level of professionalism's changed.
Right.
Trevor.
I feel more
in
free.
The booth. I know.
Yeah, I feel like we can be ourselves.
He's not a dictator.
No. As the trendy word is now, fascist.
Yes.
Rickert looking to throw, has time, rolls right, got a man on the go route, far side, incomplete, trying to hit Duckworth.
Looking for a flag, didn't see one.
Did not. Good defense there on the far side.
Anytime there's good defense, we just expect to be we're looking for pass interference.
Yeah,
we'd
like
defender
that.
Can't cover.
Hey, I do need to give a big thanks to Jamie Tanner, who made me a coffee to start the ball game.
I know,
and it was very nice. Very nice. I saw him.
How that conversation went. Look at this.
Yeah, we got a nice run here to the near side. That's Hatcher, his biggest run of the day so far. Let's give him 15 on that one. Rockwall will have a new set of downs there at the 48-yard line.
Shout out to the left side of the offensive line that did their job and let him get around the corner. And then Hatcher did the rest.
Hatcher will be to the left of Rickert in the four-receiver set. Now it's going to be the hitch to the near side, to the outside receiver. Grab is made, but immediately tackled is Petrino. He's going to get about 6 yards on that one. Let's give him, about 6 yards on that one.
Fourth reception of the night for Jaden.
So we don't have any stats from the Dallas Morning News, do we?
Nope, they took off. I wonder if they'll try to show up here tomorrow night.
I guess so.
You know what I mean? And, of course, no one here from Tyler. So.
No, exactly. The Tyler broadcast crew's here. Here's go route, near side, trying to hit Petrino again. He's got some contact, falls down, but no flag. It's going to be a hard one to catch there anyway. So it's third down now. Got to see Dale real quick. I avoided him, to be honest with you. But
did you?
Yeah.
Did he find you?
He did find me.
Did he ask you anything about his costume?
No, he did not.
Okay.
No. So that was good. That was good. I saw Terry, his significant other. She's sweet.
She's very nice.
Got a penalty on the Yellowjackets. Going to move them back 5 and set up now a 3rd down and 9.
What is going on to the crowd, Mike? Are you hearing that?
What is it?
And he had to turn it down a little bit. It's getting a little.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a wind. What it used to be, we used to always say it was either in the silent part of the stadium or it was in the tuba.
It was in the tuba. Yeah.
So it's better than it used to be.
It is. It is. This is Hatcher again, waits for the block, tries to get the corner, gets a little bit of yardage on the 3rd down and 9. He's going to get about 4. Now set up a 4th and 4. Rockwall up 36-7, so I'm sure they'll go for it here. As they're going to huddle up.
And the legacy touchdown, of course, is a result of a fumbled punt.
Right. Second special teams reward, I guess you could say, for the Jackets to give some points to the other team. We had the high snap over the punter's head last week. That got Forney rolling. And now Rickert looking to throw. Out route. He's going to try to hit Castro. He's got it. What a grab.
Wow.
That's a nice pass, too. Nice touch as Castro will grab it. Goes into the flat from the backfield and gets first down.
Yep, thrown to where only Castro was able to catch that. Pretty good coverage over there on him. And one of the defenders in his face, in Rickert's face, and he was able to set up and deliver that good pass.
So a new set of downs now, and it's going to be a out route to the near side. That's Duckworth, and he cannot actually Wiley, yeah. And he can't bring that in. Wiley can't get the easy one, but the ones that are between two defenders that he has to grab one-handed, that's no problem.
No problem.
No problem there. Give me those.
Yeah, he got guilty, I think, looking ahead.
So you got Puffer and Wiley here to the near side. Actually, Petrino and Puffer here to the near side. Lamb is your H-back. Hatcher is your back to the right of Rickert in the backfield. And it's going to be Hatcher looking for room. Waits for the block, cuts it, plants that left foot and takes it right up the seam, and he's going to get 7 yards on that carry inside the 35 to the 34. Now we got a manageable 3rd down and about 3. Got a timeout on the field. See how long this will take, kind of decide if we want to go. You know what? I would like to hear Trevor's first reader of the night and let Trevor pick whatever he wants to do.
You got it, buddy?
Got to sprung it on him there, so Trevor, surprise us.
Okay. How about this? How about we talk about the Riddle Brothers?
All right.
Okay, let's do it.
We're in.
Riddle Brothers Roofing is an award-winning roofing company that services the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We are experienced roofers with both commercial and residential roofs and have lots of experience with claims and can assist your insurance company. We provide only the best quality roofing material in the industry to ensure you get a quality roof that will last for many years to come. Thank you to the Riddle Brothers.
You need to do it like the Heath broadcast does. Thank you to the Riddle Brothers and all they provide. Have you heard that?
I haven't. I thought you were just going to go with, thank you.
Whoa. Wow. Hot opinion there.
More Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor, we're going to come back to you in a moment.
Yeah. Want you to dig your way out of that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was doing exactly what they do. They have a deep voice guy that does it.
Or double down. Either way you want to do it.
Trevor.
Don't lead him in the way that. Let him work himself out of the hole
action.
himself.
Here's Rickert. And it's the seam route, almost caught by Petrino. Yes, boy, that was another nice pass, though. So throw it on over to Trevor. And
what else you got for us, buddy?
You got any other hot opinions about the Heath broadcast or anything like that?
I love the Roddens. I say I love the Roddens, but I forgot what the son's name is.
Tristan.
Deep voice.
Well,
Tristan, that's right. Yes, Tristan.
Okay.
I told him that he sounds like a Viking whenever I first met him, and it's always good. It's great to listen to him.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a little bit of a...
That was an attempted recovery.
Yeah, that's a little spin on that one. Here's a play action again, and now Rickert trying to keep his balance. And he's going to throw it out of bounds. Good job by Brent. He tried to elude the defender, and that defender was probably stunned by this two-step that Rickert was doing.
I was impressed.
I was too.
Wow.
So that was 4th down, and so it's going to be a first down here for Legacy as they'll take over at the 39-yard line. Yeah, you get one of those where you're in the middle there, and Rickert's just trying to keep his balance.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
North Forney up 27-0 now over Royce City late in the 3rd period.
And I feel bad for Coach Colvin over there because Royce City started so strong.
Yeah.
But, once you get into this district, man,
10-6 has no mercy.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
It just doesn't. Week in and week out, man.
Jet sweep And that is Malone. He keeps his balance, and he'll be slung down, but not after he gets the first down.
How did he come out of that?
That's great.
Was that on the stop? That was Kenneth Rogers, the junior corner.
Oh, man.
Unable to make the tackle for Rockwall.
I love The Gambler. That song, you know,
Yes,
The
sir.
Gambler with Kenneth
Hold on.
Rogers. Coward of the County.
Yeah. Islands in the Stream.
Yeah, there you go.
Lady. You got any other ones right quick?
Ruby, don't take your love to town.
Well done.
Yeah.
Trevor, you have any
You got any Kenny Rogers songs?
Rogers songs that you favorites for you?
No.
Do you even know who Kenny Rogers is?
Yeah, country singer.
All right. There you go. He's no longer with us.
Well, was a country singer.
This is Jackson looking for room. Rockwall's defense is there, but he'll pick his way through to end up with about 4 yards on that carry. Very impressive run from Pearl Jackson. By the way, that's another good name, Pearl Jackson. Yeah. I I mean, we still have Tornado. Tornado Wilson.
Torpedo.
Is it Torpedo Wilson?
Torpedo.
Okay, Torpedo Wilson.
It's from Horn, right?
I thought it was Tornado.
It was Torpedo. No, because you were going to name Torpedo Quentin.
Now we're going to have another baby just
Yeah,
for
I
that. Yeah, Autumn wasn't on board.
She wasn't on board. That got canceled.
Got canceled. Just like one of my costume ideas from Greg Priest, the AD.
That. Yeah, that's not happening, Billy.
He nixed an idea I had for a costume that we can't show the public. There's Jackson again looking for room, and boy, he'll get stuck right as he crosses the line of scrimmage. He will pick up a couple, but he'll get to midfield. In fact, they're going to let him get it all the way to the 49 of Rockwall to set up a 3rd down and 3.
Braxton Chaplin and Wade Day combining on that tackle for Rockwall.
Say those names a lot.
Yes, we do.
By the way, Herbert just threw a touchdown to McCaffrey in that. To McConkey, excuse me.
So you got one of them.
That helped me
You got
out
the double points.
big time. That helped me out. I lost to Rodney a couple weeks ago. I'm still embarrassed by that a Rodney fan, because Rodney knows nothing about fantasy football.
Just doesn't.
Play action, Gray. He's going to throw the go route, and it's going to be intercepted by the Jackets.
That's
Edwards. Who is that, Edwards?
That is Aiden Edwards.
All right. Great pick there from Edwards.
That'll be his 3rd interception of the year.
That leads the team.
We got a flag.
Yep. So we jumped ahead again. Now Edwards is going to know what it's like to have an interception taken away, like A.J. Brown had. Yeah, I lost to fantasy football to Rodney. Like, you pick a defense, in fantasy football.
Yeah.
And when it came to Rodney to pick one, we had to explain to him what defense was, because he's never. I was like, that's when you're doing offense. There's a group of people on the other side that try to stop you. That's the defense. And we had to explain to him how you need to pick one.
A lot of guys.
Yeah. He didn't know.
That was funny. That was well done.
So 1st and 10 now after the penalties marked off, 39-yard line of Rockwall. 7:28 left here in the 3rd. Clock moving.
You found that funny.
Oh, he did. He's good to go. Play action. Now they got the wide open receiver, and they can't find him. He did the deep drag. And I think that's Vaughn Lane was the intended receiver. And he had him. Heck, possibly as a touchdown if he can get that down. But a reminder that Kason Gray is a sophomore and was kind of thrown into this position at the beginning of the year.
Overall, he's done a very good job.
Outstanding. And he's going to be something to fear. I mean, not that he isn't already. He's very talented. But he's going to be there the next couple of years. And I think the Red Raiders may be somebody you got to get on your radar for the next couple of years. Pistol formation. Hand off to Jackson. He'll sidestep the initial defender and then finally be dragged down by Stevens, I believe.
Jackson's another one of them. Jackson's a junior.
Yeah.
He's got another year in front of him.
And then DeCastro also on the tackle. So that sets up now a 3rd down and 7.
Going back to Royce City, though, man. Again, as we've said all year long, there's going to be 2 teams that are good, that are going to be left out of the playoffs. And Royce City started off strong, and they've been very competitive in the vast majority of the games in District 2.
There's Brunley, and he looked like he had an opportunity there, but that hole closed up quickly, ends up with 2 yards. Now it's 4th down and 6 for Legacy. So they got to get to the Rockwall 29 if they want to get those chains moving. 6:27 left here in the ballgame. Rockwall up 36-7. The lone touchdown for Legacy was on a muffed punt that made its way into the end zone and was recovered by the Red Raiders. It was very confusing because one official called it a touchback, So somebody had to explain the rules to him, and then he decided, okay, let's give him a touchdown. I didn't even tell you who the officials are yet. Heavy rush, great looking for Rumi, fumbles, ball's on the ground, another sack for the Jackets, and I think it's, Lawyer again.
Yep. Around that corner, buddy.
Doesn't matter if Rockwall recovers or not, it's going to be a change of possession on that fourth down.
And you see Lawyer's funny getting up excited, obviously. But he was disappointed that he didn't get the ball.
Right.
He looked mad. He was mad.
Which would have been his sixth.
Yeah.
Now that we had Grandma,
Exactly.
help us out with stats.
Great call.
But in a sixth, that's
Let us
crazy.
know, didn't she?
Huh? She did.
She did.
We're used to getting
corrected,
told how to butter our bread.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, J-Mo did it for the whole first half from his little perch.
It was ridiculous, Trevor.
It was.
Was he
Thank
telling
you for
y'all-
respecting us, Trevor.
Yes. Did he tell you what to do?
Absolutely.
Oh, all the time. Felt like
Yes.
I was at home. So here's Rockwall.
It's some ideas that he wants to share with you later, too.
He does. There's a staff meeting, and you're the only one invited. There's Hankins, and he's got some room. Slivers through to get to the 41-yard line. The line of scrimmage was the 36, so let's give him 5 yards on that carry. See what Rockwall does here. Right now, Rockwall's looking at let's get this clock going. Let's maybe get a few more points. We'll probably see a few, if things keep going the way they're going, probably see a few backups come in. Hankins again, short of the first down. He's going to get a couple yards on that carry.
Good stop in the middle of that defense.
Rodney did tell me he wanted us to have the broadcast of our lives this second half.
Did he?
Yeah.
It was just nothing but the best.
Right. I was like, it's always a game. What we do, folks, is after every broadcast, we automatically send that recording to the
There's an
Broadcast Hall of Fame. We just go directly. They know
They
that.
know that it's coming.
Yeah, they know it's
expect
coming. And there's again Hankins out. He waits for that block,
Sure
very
did.
patient, and gets the first down right up the hash. And he'll be just shy of the 50, but that's enough for a first down on the 4-yard run.
Henry Rice and Karina both leading the way up front. Good decision to follow those two guys.
Always
Those
good.
chains.
And I have to remind everybody, we are winners of the J.D. Power Award as most unprofessional broadcast in Texas. So we're proud of that.
Do you even remember how many years that is?
I think it's like probably 19 consecutive.
Multiple winner.
Yeah.
Multiple year winner.
Yeah. We're going to have a station identification here in a second,
right.
so get ready for that. Oh, there's going to be a snap directly here to Hankins. He's got it, got room into the secondary. And finally brought down at the 33-yard line. And, boy, he's having a great quarter
He is,
here.
Man. What a strong run. Right up the middle. Another opportunity to move the chains. One of those brand new, shiny first downs.
You can't just buy those.
Nope.
Heavy rush. Rickard's going to throw deep. He's got Puffer. And that's got to be a flag, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
Well, I guess
Okay.
not.
All right. So Rickard had heavy rush, so he couldn't step into the throw, had to throw off his back foot, could not get more on it, and it's an incomplete pass. Second down and 10. I want to talk about Jacoby Hankins, though. 5'11", 201-pound senior, averaging 5.2 yards a carry. That might go up a bit if he keeps running the way he is here. Does have 10 receptions for 118 yards, though. He's been really important with the passing game. He's going to run it here. Not get much. Let's give him a yard, just shy of the 30 at the 31-yard line. We're going to 4 minutes left in the quarter. Let's pause for station identification.
You're watching Rockwall Yellowjackets football on the official home of Rockwall Yellowjackets football. It's the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Jacket Fight never dies.
Back here at Wilkerson Sanders Stadium, 3rd down and 9. Got a offsides, possibly free play. Rickard's going to throw it deep, and it is incomplete. Oh yeah, that has to be thrown there, as there was a mugging in the end zone.
No, in terms of that should have been called on the last. I don't blame the guys for trying it because they didn't call it the last couple of times that's occurred. So you can't have two of them over there, and both of them are kind of jacking you up a little bit, right?
Right. I agree. I agree.
There's the pass interference call.
So Rockwall keep the drive moving with the penalty. Into the red zone, which I always thought was weird that it's a red zone. Red is stop. You want it to be the go zone, right? The green zone.
Maybe it's like danger. Danger for the defense.
Danger, more points.
All right.
Danger, more points are coming your way. Is that what it is? Right?
I guess. Danger Will Robinson. Danger Will Robinson. I bet Trevor don't even know what that is.
No clue.
No, I don't.
Lost in space.
Not even going to try to figure it out.
No.
There's a lot of stuff going on after the play.
There's a great show called Lost in Space, and they had the robot. And Will Robinson was the leader of the family, and anytime there was any problems, the robot would be like, "Danger, Will Robinson," and his arms would be flailing. Second down and 10 now for Rockwall. Believe that may be Hankins back in the backfield now for Rockwall. Another offsides, freeze play. And now they're going to throw the hitch right here to Wiley. Almost intercepted. Wouldn't have counted. But Rockwall's going to get a 5 yards free for cheating against Legacy.
They don't like you to do that stuff.
Ben Brooks is watching. Ben, want to thank you.
Ben.
Love having Ben as part of our viewership. You know, I had another costume. I may have mentioned this already, that the AD nixed.
Ex-Nate.
Yeah.
Said we weren't able to go in that direction.
We were going to go there, but it was funny. It was maybe the funniest one of all. Would you agree?
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
There are some good ones, man.
So, in other words, Greg is not allowing us to have fun.
That's it. Squashed our idea of having a good time.
Yeah. Play action to Hankins. Another fade route. That's caught. Touchdown. There's a flag on the play. I don't think it'll matter. Did he keep it?
No, he did. But I'm curious if they're going to
be offensive.
Offensive. If they're going to get him
because he did not signal touchdown.
Yeah, it's going to be on. It's going to be on him.
Yeah.
Again, pushing off over there. Intended for. What was that? Kendall Johnson.
Yeah. He went Michael Irvin there. Just a little push. Yeah. That's a good effort, though.
Yeah, it was. Throw it to him again. Let's go again.
Kendall needs a TD. He has one so far this season. Almost had a second there.
A junior, so we're going to get to watch him.
Yeah. It's going to be a pretty good receiving core next year, too.
Still got a lot of football left.
Well, you got Wiley coming back for the next couple years.
Dude, you got that entire...
Then Puffer and Johnson.
Puffer and Johnson.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's going to be some options.
Second down and 10 now. Play action. Rickert looking to throw again. It's going to be an out route near side. That's Wiley. He'll make the grab, keep his balance, and he's going to get 11 yards and a first down. Good job. It's fun watching Rhino.
Well, he cut it in half. It's still going to be third and...
Oh, that's right. That's right. They had the penalty mark off. There you go. So third down and 9. Excuse me. Puffer and Wiley will be your receivers on the near side. Hatcher does not know where to go. Now he's going to go to the slot on the right side.
That's Kendall Johnson up top.
Yep.
I'm sorry. On the other side now, we've got four receivers.
And then Lamb will be your H-back. Empty backfield. Hatcher in motion. They're going to hand it to him on the jet sweep. He's got a block. And he'll try to get to the sideline. He does not. And he'll stretch it out a little bit, but it's going to be fourth down. Let's see if we try a field goal. Looks like we will.
Defense did a good job of recovering on that one.
Got Gordon Holland coming out now to attempt his first field goal. He's 3 for 4 on the year. 33 yards is his longest. This will match that one. This will be a 33-yard effort. Not much of a wind. It'll be to his back as he's going to kick it from the near hash. And it's been fun watching Gordon Holland this year, too. He's been pretty solid. It looks like could be offsides there on the rush. No call. Kick is good. And Rockwall will extend that lead to 39-7. Let's take a time out here, and we'll come back and see what that Jacket defense can do.
Jacket Nation, this is Coach Brooks shouting out to Rockwall Ford. I'm excited to have the support of Ford team for the 2025 football season and their support for the remarkable achievements that students and staff strive to accomplish daily. Over the years, they have extended their unwavering support to every athlete, coach, and staff member as they diligently pursue their goals and ultimately achieve victory. We look forward to continuing our partnership. Go Jackets!
Welcome back. Trevor wants to be a part of the show, so go ahead, Trevor.
It's your turn, buddy.
I guess. Here's me going off telling you guys what to do.
I know.
All right. Thank you very much to the Toll Brothers. Everything that sets Toll Brothers apart, the places we choose to build, our impressive architecture, personalization options to suit your style, and the seasoned experts on your team, sets you on the path to a new home that you will love. Discover the Toll Brothers advantage. Thank you to the Toll Brothers.
We do have one more costume idea I forgot about. It's the one with Mesquite Billy.
Which one? Yes.
Yeah.
It's got to be in there.
Yeah. Well, if it's not in there, Trevor?
No, it's not. It's not.
All right, so he's just going to blow it for all of us.
No more fun. Sorry, guys. Sorry, listeners, viewers that were ready for those.
You know what it is? It's like when my wife comes in the room sometimes. We're having a great time, and she just thinks, you know what, I'll put an end to that.
I'll blow that off.
Yeah,
blow that
I'm
one
going to
up.
blow that up. Trevor's just going to come in and say, no more fun.
No more fun for Halloween.
I mean, it's a 39-7 game, but let's stay serious.
Kids are going to have to go trick-or-treating next week, Trevor.
Right. And you're stopping them.
Yep.
Here. I can either find it or I can describe it. How about that?
Well, we don't want you to describe it.
Describe
That's not
it.
fun.
Would be a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, when you find out what it is, it's going to be a lot of fun to describe it.
You can download it still.
It's not one of those. Tell them where to go.
All right, scoot it over. Like, is there more in there?
That's it?
Yeah,
just refresh it. Hit refresh on it. As we all just talk technology here live on the air. There it is.
There it is. See the new one?
There you go.
There you go, buddy.
All right. Trevor's not going to ruin our fun.
We're going to get to have some fun. Another Halloween costume idea for our
Trying
viewers.
so hard to ruin the broadcast.
Another option. This one was also popular last year, by the way.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and show it when it loads up here, Trevor. Because it was done before. It was very popular. That's why we're bringing it back.
I was shocked, honestly, to be.
All right. Hold off until this play.
All right. Let's do football here.
Yeah, we'll do football. Jackson's still the running back here to the right of Gray. Actually, that's the backup in right now. That's Zach Davis.
That's
Davis, isn't it? Quarterback?
Yes, sir, it is.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's trying to correct me.
I'm sorry.
1:44 left here in the third quarter. As Billy tries to fight through his broadcast partners. Trevor wants to stop the fun. David wants to get bad information. Here's Jackson. Oh, he's going to be stuck as he looks like he had a little bit more room, but nice tackle.
Again, Christian Lawyer.
Yeah, man, that dude is something
He's
else.
all over the place,
Yes,
man.
he is. It's fun to watch.
32, he's great to watch.
32 is a good number, too. I like that number. I mean, you got your Jim Browns.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's always a good one. There's another 32, but I don't think I'll mention him. All right, here we go. Nice run from Jackson. And he'll finally be brought down. One of his better runs will get to the 35-yard line. He'll move the chains there. And Legacy going the NASCAR offense here. Going to go quick. 4 receivers to the far side. Play action. Wide receiver screen. Rockwall reads it. Could not hang on. In fact, there might be. Well, you can't do interference there behind the line of scrimmage. But well read by the Jackets. I didn't see who got in there. Was that Knowles? Yeah, or Nails? Excuse me.
It was.
AJ Nails. I should have just gone with an AJ. I would have known.
Been safe.
AJ had that thing read quicker than what can be read quickly? A pamphlet? I'm just lost on that
quicker than a pamphlet. I don't know. Let's go with it. We say it, it's true, right?
Exactly.
Read
If you
quicker than a
believe it,
pamphlet.
it's true. That's
Yep.
a George Costanza
That's
thing. If you believe it, it's true.
Read quicker than a pamphlet. I have no problem with it. I'm fine with us sticking to that. Wait,
Okay.
on the stop. For
Did I
Rockwall.
not give my wife a shout out? Here she is again saying, no. We give her shout outs all the time. To my current wife, Autumn, I don't know why she gets annoyed with me, but to my current wife,
a shout out.
a shout out. Hey, we did get the house rented. We got a new renter.
Did you?
For the Quentin house, yeah. Mr. Edwards, 86 years old. Real fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're excited. We told him about the Webs, and he decided to live there anyway. He decided to move in anyway. Out route, incomplete. Boy, I can tell you one thing, man. If you're the quarterback for Legacy, you're going to be a bit uptight where the receivers can't hang on because they're putting it on the mark.
Yes.
So, 4th down now for Legacy.
Let's go with the...
Okay, let's show this. This is our last Halloween idea. This is where you can go as Mesquite Billy's soccer shorts because Mesquite Billy constantly is telling us
Hall of Fame member.
all about his soccer. You know, so we got
soccer
the
career, Hall of Fame member.
Yeah, so we got the Stallions, North
Played for
Mesquite
state
logo.
championships.
Oh yeah. And I'm not sure if he even played.
No, what
to be
we
honest
do
with
know
you.
about this is those soccer shorts look brand new, and they are the actual ones.
That kid's excited about it. And look at Legacy trying to throw the Edwards onto the ball to get the fumble. That's illegal, boys.
Yeah, there we go. We're going to finally throw the flag. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
I mean, that looked like some bulldogging in the rodeo right there.
Yeah.
All he needed was a horse to fall off of. So there's another group of flags out there. What are you laughing at?
just that play.
It's crazy.
I mean, they were doing everything. They were
like the defender was saying, or the special teams guy on
Get
the
on the
Legacy
ball.
was like, they're not going to notice.
no, they're going to be fine with us throwing this. All 4 of us throwing this guy, trying to throw the return man on the football. Hey, that's a fumble.
It kind of reminded me of hockey because he tried to grab a fistful at the top of his.
Oh my goodness! They called it on Rockwall.
They called it on us. Oh, it's going to be offsetting.
Okay.
But what are we supposed to do?
I don't know how you can do.
What was that we're supposed to do?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. That's confusing.
Yeah, all right. So you got penalized for playing football.
Those that were watching all of the costumes earlier, we appreciate you texting Archer and letting him know about his option. He
has been bombarded.
Keep it up. Please keep it up.
And next time out, we'll pop up the district standings here. I'm going to give Trevor a heads up for that. We can kind of talk about Rockwall's path to get into the playoffs, possible path.
Yes, sir.
Because it's a little bit more narrow than previous years.
You bet.
And we have not missed the playoffs.
Is this for the?
I think it's
for the donuts.
Oh, that's right. This is the
Here it
donuts
is.
kick. I forgot. Yeah. We don't know the kid's name
no,
either.
we don't. But
here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's in. Oh no!
Oh my goodness!
He hit the upright.
He hit the upright. A doink.
Oh no!
Get the ball and try it again.
Yeah, do it again.
Do it again. Right?
Nope, they're taking it off.
Man,
look at him. He's like, just leave the tee.
Can you imagine? He's mad.
He wants to high five him. Like, no, you just hit the upright.
No donuts.
For life? No,
Yes,
it's for a year.
For a year. There's Chris Curtis down there, involved in all that.
Yeah, Chris with his hat regular now. Mm-hmm. Boy, when he came up here to work,
boy, he was determined.
Oh, he turned that hat around, started just shedding clothes.
He thought he was going to
very weird.
Thought he was going to see Coach Talley down there. Oh, he's got Greg down there with him too. Look.
Oh, does he? Yeah, he does.
All serious.
And then Lisa's down there. All right, see what Rockwall can do.
We're going to do some more football.
Well, let's just keep doing it. I think we got ourselves a new quarterback. There's a handoff to the right to the meat of that defense. That's Blaine Ryan, his first action of the season. As he comes in, Blaine is the 5'9", 150-pound junior. Let's see what Rockwall does here on 2nd down and 10. No gain on that last one. Ryan will go back in. He's getting the call from the sideline.
Kankowski's in there, Grant.
Yep.
What else?
Check out and see who our running back is.
Okay.
We got a new running back, too.
Let me see if I can
this is
get
where
him to turn where I can see the number.
Yep, and it's gray, so good luck. Another opportunity here, and that Legacy defense knows what Rockwall's trying to do, and will stack him up for about a 1-yard gain.
Okay. 35,
yep.
right? Okay.
Yep.
You got it?
That's Austin Compton.
Yes.
5'8", 161-pound senior.
Number 35 in there. Got a couple of other linemen in there.
Try to get everybody mentioned as best we can.
Robert Promise, number 70. Is it 76? Trying to see. You got.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he is. He's in there.
Yep.
One of the offensive linemen, 6'2", 250.
There's a keeper by Ryan, and he makes a great move. Gets to the 36, and he's right at the marker. Let's see if they are. They're going to give it to him. Nice run.
He got up excited.
Blaine Ryan, and we've heard about him. I've talked to Coach Barnes about him and Coach Brooks, and he's more of a runner, although we've seen Rickert run lights out
we sure have
last few games.
Weeks or so.
But he said Blaine is a natural runner, so good to see him make a nice move there. And in 2024, he did throw the ball 5 times, 2 of 5 for 15 yards and a touchdown. That was last year.
Owen Koss is this outside receiver, number 80, a 5'11", 161-pound senior.
Stephen Riley also out there. There's Compton. Nothing there. He's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. I like that Riley is wearing, that was my number, 88. So I love seeing 88 out there. Just keep the greatness going.
Respect 88.
Corky Randolph texting in says, Chris Curtis's legs are so white you can't tell where his legs end and the shoes begin. We used to call that dad's legs white.
Yep.
That's the whitest you can be is dad's legs white.
How about a shout out to Linda Duran? Linda watching?
Oh, I went down to the 3rd floor where all the VIPs are.
Yes, sir.
They let me go down there. Mm-hmm. And during halftime, saw Sherry Packer.
All right.
Great to see her. Saw Renee Murphy.
Did Renee tell you and giving you kind of
She gave me a script for the second half. Second down and 10, flag on the play. Whistle will stop the play, delay a game on the Jackets there. So what happens when you get some new guys in there?
Get on board with the timing. And
I think Zach Moyer's in now at quarterback too. Yep. Zach Moyer. Now getting some good playing time here with 9:04 left in the ball game. Rockwall up 39-7.
Zach, what a 5'11", 160-pound senior.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned in there at quarterback.
And nice run here as there was penetration from that Legacy defense, and Compton makes something out of nothing, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, give him 5 yards on that one. Actually, that wasn't Compton. That was Debauchee.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
6'1", 191-pound sophomore.
Yes, we'll be seeing more of him. So Debauchee with the nice run there. Sets up third down now for the Jackets, 3rd and 10.
So you saw Dr. Packer down there?
Yes.
We saw Frank up here, 2 of the school board members.
Saw Rodney and saw Cody Moore.
Yep.
So, and Jordan, one of Rodney's assistant coaches, was down there too. Had him laughing because we were all giving each other a pretty hard time. Saw Frank and saw his wife, Nicole. She's refusing to come into the booth. We're trying to get Nicole up here. She didn't want to. I don't know why.
We wanted to see the great doctor, and Frank wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Nope.
Frank said that we would be tough to him.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, there's 2 things we never are, and number 2, we'll be consistent like we always are. So that's all you can ask for.
Mm-hmm. What we do is we praise people as much as possible.
Support, build you up. Talk about you a lot. Brag about you. That's what we consider it.
For those of y'all expecting to see 60 Minutes, you will see it in its entirety. And then, of course, you're going to have Murder, She Wrote. And then the documentary tonight is called The List. It's a 2-hour documentary. And all they do is read off me and your doctors.
And they get this done in 2 hours.
2 hours. They have to rush through it.
That's insane. There's guys. It's for that.
Me and David
start all of them.
We start talking. We have every doctor in the book because of our health or lack of health.
Yep.
I've got a cardiologist, pulmonologist, urologist. You have a gynecologist, which is weird. I'm not sure why you're doing that.
So dumb. So dumb. Text in. Yeah, let us know your. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
But anyway, that's the documentary. I'm not sure how many people will be interested in our doctor's list, but that's what they did.
But it's going to be on this for 2 hours. But there's no commercial breaks. That's going to go forever.
Moyer with the high snap. He's going to hand this one off, and a nice run by Debauchee, and he's going to get to the 44-yard line.
Again, like to see these guys getting that opportunity, and then like to see them. Of course, it's always fun when they take full advantage of it and they come out ready to go.
Excuse me, Deloach. I said Debauchee. Deloach. We have DeCastro and we have Deloach, and I get those guys
mixed up,
confused sometimes. Yeah, it's like the AJs. You know, there's so many. When you have the duh in the beginning of it, it could go anywhere.
So I'll try to see if we can get it. Again, trying to work the clock a little bit.
Yeah,
but
it's
then
4th
also
down.
Trying to get the call in quickly. But you're right, it is 4th down.
So
we're going to take this one, let it go back.
Yep.
Aren't we? Yeah.
I'd like to see. It's timeout from Rockwall.
Timeout on this one.
I'd like to see. I want to see a pass from Moyer. Let's see. Let's hurl that thing down the field a little bit.
Let him throw it.
Be fun. Shout out there to, you see Lisa Trammell down there. She does some great photography. When y'all see a lot of the stuff, it is her. You know what? We have a moment here. Let's pop up that district standings real quick and talk about Rockwall's possibilities here. Heath will play tomorrow, and they're playing Longview. So Heath could either go 4-0 or 3-1. Longview could either be 2-2 or 3-1. But the big one for Rockwall here is coming up for the Yellowjackets is let's say they get the win here. I think that's pretty safe.
Yep, wrap this one up.
They go to North Forney, and we've been thinking the best bet for Rockwall is to run the table. That's tough. You got North Forney and then Heath. Heath on Halloween. And so...
Well, in fact, you have North Forney home.
Yes, you do.
So you got got Legacy here at home, and of course taking on Heath while we're the visiting team.
Yep.
We're at home.
Yep.
And then take on North Forney here. So from a schedule standpoint, you're in pretty good shape. You know what I mean? In terms of...
And we got Heath next week.
Yeah, in terms of playing, you're not going on the road.
And there's the punt. Rockwall decided to punt on this one, and it's a nice one. And it's going to get inside the 20.
In terms of tough opponents, it's very tough.
Yes.
You got Heath and got North Forney.
Yes.
In terms of playing here in the stadium.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
All the rest of our games are here at Wilkerson Sanders. No more travel. We'll be officially the visitors next week for the I-30 Classic, but then you have North Forney here. what we're getting to is this. Rockwall has lost the tiebreaker between Forney and Longview because of the losses. So you got to build a tiebreaker somewhere along the way if you want to get in. And you're going to have to at least beat one of them, Heath or North Forney. If you want to pick one, North Forney is probably your best bet because they already have a loss in district. Heath beat them earlier. And so if you can get a win over North Forney, and even, that puts them closer to your record as opposed to Heath. Even if you beat Heath, they could still have a better record. It may not help you much.
Now, Heath does have, in terms of the opponents left to play, they've got Longview, Horse Rock. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, there's a nice pass. That's caught at the 45. This could go all the way. It's going to be an 83-yard touchdown pass. I'm trying to see who made that grab. Oh, that's Owens, Jesse Owens. He has the speed
he sure
there.
Looked like Jesse Owens on the outside of that one, didn't he?
It's
good grief.
DeJoe Owens. It's not Jesse, but I feel like it should be Jesse.
My word,
that was beautiful.
And behind the coverage.
But going back to the district and the possibilities for Rockwall, of course you want to run the table, and then if Rockwall runs the table, you're going 4-2 in district, and you're in.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah, and let's say this:
you'd be a pretty confident group heading into the playoffs.
Yep,
my goodness.
But let's say this: as Legacy will go for 2, and again. That's Zach Davis in at quarterback. That was the pass from Zach Davis. He was going to be the starter, but was injured. Heavy rush from Rockwall. He's going to throw the out route. It's caught. Is he in?
Yes, he is.
Yep. He just got past that goal line and brings it in, and so the 2-point conversion is good, and it's now 15 for Legacy. Rockwall with 39. So we'll keep it here and keep talking about this. So, like I said, Rockwall runs the table. They go 4-2. They're in.
You're in.
You don't. If you're going to have to at least get one of the next 2 wins to hope for a tiebreaker. Also, remember, even if you don't have a tiebreaker, let's say over Forney or Longview, if there's a 3-way tie, then that may help you out somewhere along the way. And then there's also the point differential that's 17 points. I mistakenly said 14 a few weeks ago, and got about 85 text immediately that it was 17. So was slapped on the wrist for that one. But anyway, that's the path right now for the Jackets. What I'm getting to is North Forney and Heath, very, very, very good teams.
Absolutely.
And if people are thinking, man, how's Rockwall going to beat both of them? Well, let's remember they beat the defending state champ. They took both Louisville and
Lake Travis.
And
should have won the Lake Travis game.
Yeah,
I'm
took
sorry.
him to the wire.
Leading the vast majority of the game against Lake Travis. And it was a nip and tuck the whole time with Louisville.
Exactly. And then, of course, the game against Forney, which you had in hand, and Rockwall just let that one go. I mean, let's just be honest about that. There were some mistakes made, and Forney earned it. Forney came back and played a heck of a game in that second quarter on. But Rockwall did help out with penalties and some special teams mistakes. So you know that this team can go nip and tuck with anybody. Here's the onside from Legacy. He gets I think he might have got it. I think they did.
They did.
Let's see if they're going to give it to him. That thing just got past the 50, and it was recovered by Tyler Legacy. And so they're going to get the ball back. 39-15 with 6:50 left. Rockwall won this game 63-27 last year.
You find yourself in a position where you give anybody extra possessions, though. So.
Right. But right now, you just want to get that 17-point differential and keep that as you move forward.
So let me hit
go
it
ahead.
again, because you mentioned Heath at first at 3-0 in district, and they've got Longview, Rockwall, and Forney. All 3 of those teams, Longview, Rockwall, Forney, are in the mix.
And you can take that off there, Trevor,
and
if you want.
Forney at 3-1. So, and then So Forney's got Legacy. They're off this week, and then they get to play Legacy and at Heath.
Yes.
I know here's a play, so we'll let you
here we
describe
go.
this.
And that's Davis. Got another nice pass, incomplete, trying to hit Owens.
28 in coverage. What a neat recovery back there for the Jackets.
Mm-hmm.
Man. That's
Roney.
Dylan Roney.
Mm-hmm.
Nice play by him.
Senior
it was
corner
open there for a second, and Roney, great recovery, and gets his hands in there to break that one up. So I mentioned the Hawks with Longview, Rockwall, and Forney sitting at 3-0. 3-1 Forney still off this week, and then Legacy at Heath. The last 2 games for them. North Forney at 2-1. They've got Royce City tonight, which they're winning big.
Mm-hmm.
Then they've got Longview, and then of course they've got Rockwall. So left for North Forney.
Yes. And the thing that hurt the Jackets the most in all this, and it sounds weird, other than losing to Forney, that's the big tough one, was Forney beating Longview.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Because that brought everybody back into the mix. When you thought Longview would be head and shoulders and you just now were, but that brought everybody back in. And but it could help them in the long run if it comes to the three-way tiebreaker. Nice run here from Jackson. This is going to get inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
A little confusion pre-snap there on the Jackets defense. And
well, a few starters are coming in and some coming out, and I saw Christian Lawyer go in and then come back out. Let's see if he's still in there. I don't think he is anymore. And so a few starters are staying in. Got Jalen Lewis in there, too, on the line. Good to see him in there. There's Davis, got time. He looks to his right or to his left, now rolls to his right. Has a receiver in the middle, incomplete. Nice play in the secondary for the Jackets.
See if we can turn around and see who that was.
Yeah. No, I think that was Washington.
That was, wasn't it?
Yeah, Christian
that was
Washington.
Christian coming back in. So, again, as you said a moment ago, few of the handful of the starters are in now.
So second down and 10 here for Legacy.
So we talked about those guys. Longview still got Heath, North Forney, and Royce City left. Then, of course, Rockwall, in addition to Legacy, as you mentioned, Billy, got the Hawks next week in North Forney. So there's lots of football left to play.
And one thing that we're also going to know is the last game of the year, Heath plays on a Thursday night.
That's true.
So you're going to have a final there that you're already going to know a score that, you know, you're going to know more about what you're going to need to do.
And a very important one. That's Heath and Forney.
Yes.
As you mentioned, that's against the Rabbits. So.
Right. But you never know when you get to that point. Like, let's say, here we go with the next play. High snap and a quick toss over to the near side. And that's a great tackle. That was to Owens.
26 in coverage over there for the Jackets.
That's Gustafson.
Yeah, Gustafson, the safety, a senior.
So, yeah, because then you got to go to it. Like, let's say Heath continues to win and they got things sewed up. Are they playing all their starters?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. Or, you know, and so those are things you have to put into play, too. How are these teams going to play the games if things are already locked up? Because remember, here's Jackson again. He's got some room, and he'll be finally slung down. After getting the first down on fourth down, he gets to the 20. Needed 3, got 6. Because when you get to the points thing, that's also something that everybody's got to start paying attention to. Jackson again with another nice run. Gets to the 16-yard line on that one. And what are teams going to do, you know, and where they stand. The other thing is I still don't want to, if I'm one of these other teams, I don't want to be playing Royce City at any point because Royce City has the talent.
Puts it on the ground, fumbles
yeah,
it, Rockwall
it is.
recovers.
Got it, yeah. I was getting there.
I'm sorry. I didn't see you. I really promise you I didn't see that you saw it. I thought you looked down. So,
but I think that when we see did we see who got the recovery?
Pulliam on the recovery. For
all
the
right,
Jackets.
good.
Jimmy.
So, but what we're getting to is you start thinking, okay, well, so and so's got to play Royce City. Then Royce City's going to be out of it. Nah. Not with Colvin's team. That team could come bite you at any moment. And they're very talented.
They are.
And, Colvin's got them playing, till the very end. So that's a team that could come in and surprise somebody and be an upset. You look at – I feel like this is a reversal of last year where Heath was very good, but they didn't have the breaks go their way. They lost some close ones they should have won, and they missed out on the playoffs. I feel like Rockwall is kind of in that mode now. They still have a great chance to get in. But – a couple games at Rockwall, especially the game last week, where that should have been a win, to be honest with
absolutely.
you. But you lose it. We saw Heath have that a couple times last year with a missed extra point, all these things, and then now they've got these guys back and they're really good. They were a year away, and here they are. They're very dominant right now.
I go back to having Longview as one of those ones you could have had circled on the schedule here.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, just didn't play that well against the Lobos.
Yeah.
Longview came in off of a bye, off a 2-game losing streak and a bye. They were hungry. They were ready to go. Jackets just didn't play well in that game. It's another one that, a do-over, if you will.
Yeah.
And then, as you mentioned, against Forney, mistakes here and there. And, hey, going back to that, your point that you made on the Hawks, remember, I'll go back to that Longview game. They should have won. Last year, the Hawks should have beat Longview here.
Yeah, that's right.
Fumbled late.
Yep.
Longview recovered for a touchdown. And
that was Ryan on the run there. He's back in at quarterback, Blaine Ryan. So a third down now for the Rockwalls. They keep this clock running. We're still got 3:14 left.
Some confusion here on who's supposed to be in.
Yeah, coming in is Tremblay, the tight end, the senior.
Go ahead and say it. Whatever you're trying to do there, Trevor, it wasn't working.
I was just trying to give you all the number.
Hey, you can tell us.
Yeah, you can go ahead and jump
us
in.
out here.
Nobody's watching anymore.
We want to make sure that we recognize these guys. So if we've missed it, please tell us.
There we go. Nice run. Close to the marker. Yeah, and
30.
again, that's Deloche, and he's close. They're not going to give it to him. He's about 2 yards or a yard and a half short. See what Rockwall chooses to do here. I think they're going to go for it as Ryan comes over to get the call.
Deloche, the 6'1", 191 pound, as we said earlier, a sophomore, so we're going to see quite a bit of him over the next couple of years.
Yeah, we will. I'm enjoying watching Ryan and Moyer, too, come in and take some snaps. So Deloche will stay in there, running back to the right of Ryan. And Ryan's going to keep it. Waits for the block. He's right there. I think he should have it. Yeah, he had to get past the 25, and he did. Let's move the chains. No, he didn't. I'm sorry. He had to get to the 26.
Just short.
Yeah, and he's going to be short. My bad. I was looking at the wrong marker. So I think let's see where they mark it. Yeah, I think he's short.
And then they move the chains.
Yeah, they gave it to him. All right.
We just never know.
I never did mention who the officials were. Should I do it now?
Yeah, they're intimidating. I know that. I saw that list earlier, and I was thinking, man.
Yeah.
Would I argue with these guys?
No, because you got Don Vito is your referee. Sonny Corleone is the head linesman. Tom Hagan is the line judge. Umpire is Johnny Fontaine. Back judge is Jack Woltz. Side judge, you do not mess with Luca Brazzi.
Not at all.
And then the field judge is Mo Green. You know, Mo is a kind of a pain, but I hear he's still a good official.
Good official?
Yeah.
One heck of a field judge.
Mo just wants to take over, and he can't.
Yeah.
He can't take over, and he thinks he should.
To remind him he's just a field judge.
Right. You're just the field judge. Exactly. So the two-minute timeout here. I'm Billy Quinton along with David Sweet. I want to thank you all for hanging in there with us. So Rockwall has been pretty impressive here tonight, taking care of business. Doing what they need to do.
Got to win the ones you're supposed to, right?
Exactly. And that's what they're doing. So Rockwall will line up here again. Here we go. There's the whistle. Let's get this rolling. Deloche. Nice. Nice move there. Get past a couple defenders, and let's give him 7 on that run.
Keeps his legs churning after contact, too.
I don't believe that was Deloche. I think that was Compton.
All right. So Compton again with the carry.
And now you're going to have Moyer come back in at quarterback. Now Rockwall wants to do is run this clock down. Play clock down to 3. Keeper by Moyer. Looks for room. He's got the first down. He'll get the sideline. He'll get the corner. And there's a first down. Clock will stop with him going out of bounds with 1:07 left.
Guess my screen. I guess they turned that part off. What do you think there, Trev?
Well, then I guess you just have
not supported. So, hey.
Oh, wow.
It lasted for a long time.
Yeah, we just had a screen for a little bit.
Maybe we should just do it like a caveman and just start hitting it until it works again.
Well, we've seen that work.
Well, yeah, we've done that.
It's back. Explain that.
My murderous intent for the monitor.
It knew what you had in store, what you were planning. Cliff Witt just text again. Hey, but they've been watching the whole time. They're still with us.
All right. There's a knee there for Rockwall to get this one run down. With that first down run, that gets the clock back rolling. We're under a minute left with second down. We should get 2 more kneels, and we'll be chalking this one up for Rockwall to even up in district. They'll go to 2-2 in district play and 4-4 overall. So you can't get more 500 than that. And Rockwall getting that foot back into that playoff race to get one of those 4 spots. Got to feel pretty good about this one. And they're not going to need another one. So there it is. That's going to be Rockwall's win. Good to see some other guys get some playing time. Unfortunately, Legacy will have to go to 0-5 in district, 2-7 overall. So the next time we see y'all will be a big one. It'll be Rockwall versus Heath On Halloween night, we gave you costume ideas. You can go do that early and then make it to the game.
Be ready to come.
Yeah.
In fact, wear those costumes.
Yeah, wear them here.
Wear 'em.
You're going to have both broadcasts, so you can pick which one you want. We know which one you'll pick. And I think we're in the visitors booth because we're the visitors, so I don't mind that. We'll be next to our coaches. And so
we're just going to run with the 2 letters.
Yeah, let's just go. Okay. Is that just the J and the A?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other guys went home.
They weren't ready to go, I guess. Hey, guys, here we come. We're going to go now. We're going to go J-A. Well, no, we're going to do it again.
It's just the same J-A.
Can we pick up?
Well, it is a Thursday. We didn't get everybody here.
Okay.
All right. I like it.
I do, too.
I like
it. So,
all right.
You already said it a moment ago, but, of course, North Forney looks like they're on the way to winning, beating Roy City. So, North Forney will improve to 3-1, 2-2, as you said, with Rockwall 1-4 with Roy City, and 0-5 with Legacy. So a big one tomorrow night.
Yes, it is. So y'all tune in to watch Heath versus Longview. That's a good one. That'll kind of shape up on what teams need to do to stay in the playoff hunt. Forney with the bye. So, that will be your only 10-6A game tomorrow, which is weird. You're only going to have one 10-6A game on a Friday night.
Yep.
But, yeah, it's a good one. And so good luck to the Hawks and Coach Webb. He didn't seem too worried down there in the suite, just kind of sitting back, having a Coca-Cola.
He was hanging out?
Yeah, just hanging out, talking smack to everybody. I have not heard the end of it since he beat me in fantasy football. It just keeps coming.
Just rubbing it in?
Oh, gosh, it's ungodly. So, and a big thanks. Well, first of all, we'll wrap up here, but I do want to give a big thanks again to Jamie Tanner for getting me the coffee earlier.
Yeah.
It's
neat. Thanks.
And it's good we see J-Mo here. I feel like it's now tense again.
Mm-hmm. I know.
With J-Mo back in here. He wants to give us orders.
Mm-hmm. Man.
It's awkward. All right, David, let's talk a little bit. What's your thoughts here? This is the Rockwall Sports Center postgame show.
Handle business, man. That's the most important thing. You took care of what you did. Again, as we said earlier, you got to beat the ones you're supposed to, and able to handle business. And then, especially coming off of last week, very, very disappointed. I know the Jackets were in terms of the way that went, not only with the loss, but the way that the way that it went. You had one in hand. Always want to see your team respond. Always want to see them come out and let that thing go and handle business, but handle it with authority, and Rockwall was able to do that tonight. And again, it's a tough road, and we've talked about that a bunch, but you're in control of that, and that's what you want to find yourself in.
Yeah, that's true.
Beat the 2 teams in front of you. There's no discussions that you need to have.
That's a great point, that you're still not at a point where you're depending on others. And so you get go take care of your business.
That's right.
You're in.
And you get to do it here in the stadium.
Right,
so,
exactly.
As the visitor against the Hawks, but that's still here in Rockwall.
This is shocking to say. This is the first win for Rockwall at home this season.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, congrats to the Jackets. And, I talked to Coach Barnes, offensive coordinator, before the game, and he had said this was he said this was really the best week of practice they had in a while. He was very confident, and because I asked him, I said, what's the team morale now with that tough loss? He said, no, they're ready to go. So that was good to see. They came out, they executed.
What can you ask for, man? Because that's easy to get beat down.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to get beat down as a fan, as a parents, and it's easy. It doesn't matter what you're. A bunch of teenagers.
Exactly.
To see that confident. That's pretty cool.
And
to hear that kind of feedback.
It is. It is very neat, and it's going to be another challenge because we know this week coming up, the I-30 Classic week, both teams get hyped up. They get focused on many different things other than the ball game.
There's a lot of things that go on.
A lot of things are happening. You're going to have a lot of publicity. This place is going to be packed, and we're looking forward to it. It's always fun, and the good news is whoever wins, Rockwall ISD is happy.
Yep.
And so that's always a good deal there.
You know what tickets go on sale Sunday morning.
All right.
I saw that Chris had posted that earlier. So.
Okay. All right. Good deal. And they will, I guess the crew, I don't know who else is traveling out there to Longview. I'm sure Chris is.
Yeah. I know Shannon. Shannon texted me.
Right. But as far as the technology people.
Chris and.
Yeah. And good luck to them out there. Longview is a great place to go. Those people it couldn't be nicer. They take care of you.
Some of the nicest people there are.
Yep.
Man.
Yep.
Really, really are.
Yeah.
But good luck with that drive.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. So, any last words, David? We're going to sign off and head on out of here.
Again, congratulations, Coach Brooks and his team. These guys came out ready to play tonight. Again, as I said, wanted to see how your team responded. Great to hear that comment that you made in terms of how the way practice went. So, practice went good. A game went good. Your kids are ready to go. And the handle business did exactly what they should have. across the board for the most part tonight. So big win. Congratulations to the Jackets.
Good to have that confidence and go out there and get a little more confidence and see what they can do. And I'm dead serious here. Big thanks to Trevor and JMO. They do a lot to get this on the air. It ain't easy, and they have to go in and work a lot of the technology. And Chris Curtis, of course, they come in here. And I know sometimes as a viewer it gets frustrating if the scoreboard ain't working or whatever. There's a lot of moving parts to put this thing on, and Trevor and JMO do an outstanding job. So thank you to them. We don't have to worry about it anymore. It used to be us doing it, and it made it even worse. Yeah, and so we're just calling
all that stuff that those guys did behind the scenes in that first half. Yeah, that wouldn't
happen with us.
No.
So big thanks to them. They're the ones that keep it on the air and keep it rolling. So we can't thank them enough. And thanks to Chris Curtis and to the AD, Greg Priest, he's always involved and helping us, even though he nixed a funny bit. But that's okay. We'll talk about that later. I know it was weird for him to see because he's from Tyler Legacy. Yeah, he comes in and sees some old familiar faces there. Yeah. And so anyway, for Trevor Webb, for JMO Starlet, for David Sweet, I'm Billy Quinton. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Rockwall wins 39-15, and they go 2-2 in district, 3-3 overall, and we'll be back at it on Friday for the I-30 Classic. Good night, everybody. All right, boys. Great job. Cool. Easy.
I was going to say, everybody.